Good evening, everyone. This is an exciting night for track and field. The Jamaicans have answered. The United States athletes asked questions last week, and they definitely delivered last night. Tonight, we'll be seeing some fabulous, fabulous times. I'll be doing a watch along as usual. I'm traveling again, as I told you. I'm not in my normal space. I'll be covering both the United States Championships and the Jamaica Championships as well. So far, we've seen a ridiculous time there from Rochelle Clayton to win the women's 400-meter hurdles at the Jamaica Championships. As we know, Rochelle Clayton, very good shape, has the ability to definitely get that bronze medal because we must be real with ourselves. Both one and two, totally sealed by Sidney McLaughlin and Femke Bol. They'll be fighting out for it. But 52-51 outside of the national record for Melanie Walker, Genevieve Russell in second, and 53-33. Currently, the men's 400 meters are on track now. The men's 400-meter hurdles are on track at the moment. And Russian Clark currently has already made up the stagger there. He's definitely, Jahil Hine is running, Malik James King in the mix as well. But Russian Clark is really stepping right now. He's very, very much ahead of everyone else. Clark is coming around. He's going to come off the top of the bend ahead of everybody here. This is going to be pretty quick now. There's nobody close to him. But Malik James King is actually coming. He's coming close to Russian Clark. He's passing Russian Clark. This is ridiculous here. Malik James King is running past. He's going to take the national title, 47-37. That is a fabulous run there from Malik James King to walk down the national champion. That is special there. 47-42. Outrageous running there by Malik James King. Who saw that coming? Who saw that coming, ladies and gentlemen? 47-42. Rashawn Clark in second, 48.04. Coming off on the straight, he was looking around, seemed as if he was in some kind of a trouble, and he flies past him. Jahil Clark in third, it seems like 48-35. So the official results are Malik James King 47-42. That is ridiculous. Ridiculous. 48.04 for Rashawn Clark and Jahil Clark, season best 48-35. This is outstanding running there. Asini Wilson coming in fourth, 48-36. Roxroy Keita, the veteran, 49-54. But the top three here, all with the Olympic standards. Yeah. Coming off, Clark stutters. He missed his step. He came off hurdle number 9 and he was struggling there. And at that point, Malik James King blows past him. And Jahil Hyde comes in and dips ahead of Asini Wilson, it looks like. That is outrageous running there. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. How you doing? If you want to watch the Jamaica National Trials, you have to buy the package from One Spot Media. If you're watching the United States National Trials, then that's if you're in the United States, rather, you have to use NBC for that, and their platform Peacock, or I think they also be pushing that stuff on NBC regular channel as well. So yeah, really, really, really good stuff. So this is a watch along, guys, as you know. 47-42, 48-04. So two fabulous runs tonight in the 400-meter hurdles. The women, obviously, excellent running there by Rochelle Clayton to go sub 53. Big PB for her. 52-51, 53-33 for Russell, and Salmon 53-71. all of those women will be representing Jamaica at the Olympic Games. So really great, really great. This is outrageous running there from Malik James King. He looked really good earlier this year. If you guys following the space, he had some good running in there in Jamaica. Then he had gone overseas and didn't necessarily deliver the way he probably wanted to, but uh, he came back to the national championships, and we all thought that Clark could have won this comfortably, and he had other ideas. Serious missteps there by Clark. I think he stepped over, maybe coming off the bend, hurdle 9 for sure. I don't know if his steps were off. Have to see it again to make sure that I get a sense of what's going on. I probably won't see it again until after this broadcast, obviously. But he's on the team, no question about it. 48.04. He's capable, obviously, of going sub 48. And yeah, it's good to see these guys running really fast. Again, the men's 400 meters hurdles, rather, at the Olympic Games, very tough, very tough. Excuse me, very tough. The medals are already gone in many respects. It's going to be between Varham, Alison dos Santos, and Rai Benjamin, assuming all things being equal. Yeah, I'm listening now to their interview to King. I mean, that is spectacular running there from Malik James King. So the Jamaican national trials are in full swing. Obviously, the 100 meters last night, opening round, 982. A lot of sub tens, sub tens there from the men. Oblique Seville looking comfortable. I mean, you have to say that the men delivered last night. They look really good. Let's see what comes on later on this evening. I can break that down in a little second as well. We get semifinals coming up soon. At the top of just about 10 minutes to 9 Eastern Standard Time, the women's 100-meter semifinals will go off. Obviously, Shelley and Fraser Price and Elaine Thompson-Herah looks good. The Clayton twins look decent. One of them looked really good. And so there is cautious optimistic to be optimistic about the future. Obviously, it's again sad that Elaine Thompson-Herah won't be able to defend our Olympic titles, but this is how sport works. When you're injured, it's very difficult. But I'm looking forward to that tonight. I think we're gonna get some good times. I'm not quite sure how fast we'll get. In the men, obviously, we'll probably get something super fast, except that the word out of Jamaica is Kishane Thompson will not be going all out tonight, according to his coach, Stephen Francis, in the semifinals or the final, because after yesterday evening's run, he had to do anti-doping, and the anti-doping clearly looked like it took longer than at major events. And so he didn't get home until after 1, based on the reports that we're seeing. So that could be, problematic for him in terms of, maybe I suspect that meant he didn't get as much rest. But I don't know if that's being coy as well. I don't particularly think that will impact him that much. I mean, this is trying to get to the Olympics, but you definitely think you have two Jamaican guys that are capable of going really low 9.8s, probably sub 9.8s tonight. It may not be necessary tonight. You want to see that in Paris, but it's competitive. And what it also means is the relay seems pretty strong if you can get everything back in the mix. What's going on, St. Clair? Good to see you. Good to see everybody in the live. Don't forget to put your comments in your thoughts. I'm doing both events tonight on the road, not at my normal studio. I'm doing the USA track and field and also the Jamaica track and field. This is, tough stuff, but when you love the sport, that's what you're going to do. JA 400 hurdles looking as if they can medal. I mean, on the women's side, for sure, I think Rochelle Clayton, it might be very much a favorite now for the bronze medal. If I'm being honest with you, I mean, I think it was competitive for the bronze medal in the women's 400 meters hurdles. But I think Clayton might be stepping it up in some interesting ways. We'll wait to see what we get from the USA championships in terms of how that plays out, and some other stuff that happens in Europe this weekend as well. But I am pretty confident that if Clayton continues to be fit, she will make it in the mix there. I mean, there's a few other American women that might do something, but we have to be honest with ourselves. 52.49, 52.70 already from Femke Bol and McLaughlin, respectively. I anticipate Sydney McLaughlin will go at least 51 and change here at the U.S. National Championships, unless she's, you know, taking it conservatively. Who knows? She may go all out and try to break the world record again. This is how good of a form she's been having this season in terms of all the events she's been running, 200, 400. So I think for Jamaica, you say Clayton potentially for a bronze medal, because it's very hard to see that anything else. We have to be real. I think going into the Paris Olympics, you'll find a Femke Bol and a Sigley McLaughlin in extremely low 51 shape, and potentially you could get two. Can you get two women going sub 51 at the Olympic Games? That is the thing, and I don't think Clayton can get that far to be anywhere close to that. At best, she might run a low 52. She may go after that national record from Melanie Walker. I think that might be a goner this year for sure. But she just got to concentrate on her own lane and do her best. On the men's side, they're looking good, but as we know, the bar is extremely high when it comes to men's 400-meter hurdles. Varham, DeSantis, Rai Benjamin, those guys are going to drop minimum low 46. And you never know what you might get. You know, it might be ridiculous. I think they're going into the Olympic Games in a low 46 shape. Whether we get those times is different from the shape that they might be in, but that's where I believe the race is going to be. And I don't think Clark or even Malik James King here, no matter how good they are, they can get into a 46 shape, I don't think, to be even competitive. I don't think anybody else will do that. None of the American athletes will do that either. And it's a goner for the medals there. Not Karen McMaster either. None of those guys are capable of dropping those 46 times. And it may not be even be good to go 46.9. You know, you might have to be going very mid to low 46 or better to guarantee a spot on that podium in a matter of weeks. Let me get to some more of your comments here. Yeah, let me see what Coach Francis said. The athlete era. Yeah, Thompson. He's not. Yeah, I just saw that. I was saying that. Thanks, taught by Tech. Thanks for joining. He did say that the anti-doping protocol allowed the athlete to go home at 1:30 a.m. or that maybe after it's finished doing the protocol. We will say that anti-doping is a thing that happens at every event. When you drop a fast time too, they're definitely testing you. And all the finalists going into the Olympics, they will be tested as well. How quickly those processes work, well, I can't really comment on the process in Jamaica, to be honest with you. I suspect if you read between the lines of Coach Francis there, he's saying that it took too long. Thank you very much, Carlton. Thank you so much. Bless up yourself as well. All in the game. Not sure about Jamaica medaling behind Sydney and Femke, as Jasmine Jones and Savannah Southern look real good if they make it to Paris. Yeah, I was going to say that too. Jones already at low 53s this season, right? I suspect that a bunch of them will also be going 52s this year. So I'm with you on that. I think, but for sure, I'm more confident the fact that Clayton has the ability to go that fast suggests that she will be pushing for that bronze medal, right? If she hadn't gone sub 53, I would be worried. And so, how much lower can she go? That's a very good question. Can she go 52.20? That might be good enough, but we'll see. The U.S. National Championships will pan out, and we'll get a sense like that. I am also interested to see what Rai Benjamin will do. Will we get a statement there? Talk about that. USA could keep off the podium in the 100. Could be kept, rather, off the podium if it's possible. It is possible. I guess it depends on what we see. Yeah, I guess it depends on what we see, to be honest with you. We'll get a sense of what we get tonight from these guys. I want to see what the likes of a Marcel Jacobs do. Can DeGrasse? I think DeGrasse and those guys have successfully gone through in the into the semifinals of the Canadian stuff. I think they've gone through already. I don't know how fast those guys will come, but for sure it's not a lock for anybody to win, and maybe we're getting back to a stage where we'll get multiple guys in 9-7 shape across the country, across the world rather. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know what it will take to win in Paris. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Talk by text. Sydney said she lost 2 of her toenails last week. Yeah, I did see that. It happens. Mindset is saying I stretched seeing Jamaica on the podium in the 4 hurdles. In the women, you mean, or in the men? Definitely no. Nobody's getting on the podium in the men. If Dos Santos and Varham finish healthy, absolutely no way you're getting on the podium. In the women, I don't know. We'll see. As All in the Game was saying, I want to see what the Canadian does. What's her name? Sutherland. Jasmine Jones have already gone 30, 53, 15 already. I think she's gonna go sub 53. How much lower? We'll get a sense soon. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know what Anna Cockrell might do. She looked good last night. Uh, what's in her legs? No idea. I thought Rachel Glenn ran last night too, but so we'll see. Let me check. Let me look back on the results from last night just to get a sense of what was going on. In the first round, we got So McLaughlin did 53.07. Crockwell did 54.71. There's Little as well. So I don't know. We'll wait and see, but it's going to be very competitive. All in the Game saying the youngsters Jasmine Jones, Rachel and Savannah Sullivan all have a higher ceiling in the event than no, that for sure. In terms of the ability, I do agree on that. I think one of the things that Clayton is really good at, obviously, is her ability to be. She's strong and she's a fighter there, and she's found her way on World Championship podiums recently. Will that luck continue? We don't know. All in Games also saying interested to see how Shamar looks after having done 3 runs of the 4-inch. I want to see that as well. Very intrigued by that. I also wonder, now that we're reflecting on it, if her deciding to go all the way in the 400 meters was trying to hedge her bets to make sure she gets to Paris, because it might be very difficult to get to Paris. But she finished way down in the track in the final, right? So maybe unless they're gonna intrigue her in a mixed relay team, if she doesn't make it here in the 400, we'll see. Hi Debbie, how you doing? Very good to see you. Yeah, great night for track and field. What we getting tonight, guys? What we getting? I was really pleased by the execution of Oblique Seville last night. Unfortunately, I couldn't come live. As I say, I'm still on the roads. I really like how he looked. I mean, he was looking around, looked like he had a lot in the tank. Clearly, Thompson was the class act in terms of his speed, how much faster he can go. I was talking to some people in the know last night over text, and they're thinking he could drop a 9.7. But after what Francis said yesterday about the doping stuff, I'm not sure. The anti-doping protocols, I'm not sure if he'll run that fast. But I mean, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to see what Akeem Blake might do to a bunch of guys there in the mix. The women, Sharika Jackson also looked decent last night. Still pretty early to really make a sense of what's going on. But how fast they run tonight is another story. They don't necessarily have to run super, super fast, but it might have to happen. Right now, the women in the American Championships are going on first round now of the 100-meter hurdles. I mean, again, we've said it on numerous occasions. The 100-meter hurdles is probably the most competitive run or race in all of track and field. What we're looking at here is Marshall. We're looking at Jones, Webster, Dyer, Marshall, Covington, and Haley Foon. Is it Foon? Yeah. So And then there's some semifinals going to happen on the Jamaican end here in the on the night on the 20 100 meters. Let me just get a quick look here at this American Championships and let you go. Oh, what an excellent start there by Tonia Marshall. She's blazing down. That a start has ever seen. Clearing all these hurdles. This is going to be super fast right here. 12:41 here. 12:41 over 100 meter hurdles. 1.7 win. So a helping win there. Bonds in second, 12:66. Webster 12:83. Jones 12:90. And Dyer 13.02. Those 5 athletes have qualified. So it's the top 5 in each heat, then the next 7 fastest into the semifinals. And this is the opening round of the women's 100-meter hurdles at the US National Championships. And right now on the track in Jamaica right now, they're calling out the 100 meter. Is it the 100 meters for women, the semifinals, not for women but for under 20 girls? So yeah, so there's the semifinals there for that. That's on the track right now. Hope, Marshall, Armstrong, Shim, Campbell, Doherty, McCormick, and Forbes. I'll just keep you updated on that once that happens. All in the game is saying, like Shamir, Savannah Sunderland is doing the flat 400 at Canadian trials. Will quietly have Canada will quietly have a good 4x4 in Paris. That is true. It is true. Now a lot of interesting stuff is happening. Track and field, a lot of stuff in the news I haven't gotten to cover. I saw today the Court for Arbitration for Sport decided to confirm that the disciplinary panel for World Athletics was correct in clearing Toby Amerson, the world record holder over 100-meter hurdles, and so she is 100% free to compete at the Paris Olympics. Obviously, she competed in Budapest, but World Athletics decided to appeal the decision of the independent tribunal, and so she has been cleared of not violating any anti-doping rules, and I suspect that should be a weight on her shoulder. Enough time, obviously, to go to Paris. Munjinga Kangbunji today won her national title for probably some record number times, running the 100 meters in 11.01 seconds. So there's some interesting things going on around. I also saw that the British athlete, the 2022 world champion over 1500 meters, Jake Whiteman, he pulled out of the British Championships. He got a medical exemption because of an injury he sustained. So I suspect he might end up with one of those discretionary stuff. I don't know yet. I don't know if British Athletics have made that decision yet. But so there's a bunch of different stuff going on all over the world. A lot of athletes in trying to get those standards. I haven't seen if Shawnee ran again. If anybody can update me on this, let me know, guys. I'm not quite sure where. I saw she ran early, but I don't know where she is right now. Let's see. I'll get to that in a second, Sinclair. How are you watching Jamaican trials? I'm watching that by subscription to the what's it called? One Spot Media. About the season package. I will say every time I buy these packages for the Jamaica stuff, the trials, the champs, I'm always upset because there's no ability to watch on demand. If you miss it, you miss it. But yeah, that's how I'm watching it. Unfortunately. Say, what's your thoughts on Knighton's situation? I want to look at my producer to make sure I don't say anything that can get me in trouble. And I'm on the road, not in my space. Let me tell you, I am intrigued to see what this appeal might be. I would also want to read the reports. I have not read all the details. I want to see when everything comes out to read the package because, as many of you know, I've dig deep into many of the doping stuff in the past on this YouTube here on different kind of platforms. it's a heck of amount of meat you gotta eat in order to get that test to show up. A whole heap. And I know we can talk about the Julian case. We can talk about all sort of different cases. Some pork, some beef, you name it. The Wilson case in Switzerland. I'm just doing this for now. I'm a bit skeptical that I would like to see what his lawyers did to get off of this, and I really want to see the details of this. I think WADA, AIU are appealing this decision, and we'll see. There's a lot of interesting stuff that's happening, and yeah. But to be honest with you, it sounds like bull, no pun intended, right? So we'll get a chance to look at. Okay, this is the second heat of the women's 100-meter hurdles here, and it looks like Masai Russell and Johnson here going neck and neck. And Masai Russell comes and pips her at the end. It looks like ahead of Alicia Johnson. 12:35 in a .2 win. They're on fire here. They are on fire here on this Oregon track. So Russell wins this, running down Johnson, who was comfortable. And so it's 12:35 for Russell, 12:37 for Johnson. Ali Armstrong in third, 12:74. Phillips 13:23, and Macmillan 13:26. So Brina Dockery here in Jamaica, to switch that, is running like a lot of poor sprint form, but she wins her semifinal. It looks like in 11:20 here. Yeah, she wins that in 11:20. I'll get the win reading and all that stuff. But back to the US Championships. And sorry for the back and forth, guys. You know we have to cover both of these exciting championships here. Very good cadence here from look, the step over the hurdles are brilliant here from Masai Russell. The arm tucked nicely. Yeah. 12:35, 12:37 into a .2 win. Very good running here. The women are on fire here at the US National Championships. Back to the comments here. Let's see. Yeah, so we'll do the night and thing in detail. I'll wait to see what WADA does and what kind of appeals. But I am always suspicious of the contaminated meat. Contaminated beef, pork is always a suspicious thing. I mean, a lot of athletes have not gotten off of it, and some some of them have fortunately gotten off. And I don't know where we're going off on these type of things. Let's see what here. What okay. My thoughts, I think you Daniel is asking my thoughts on on Johan Blake's performance yesterday. I guess it's time. I mean, I don't know. I don't have much to say about it, to be honest with you. I mean, he has been a faithful servant to Jamaica. He has been on the scene for a very long time. Uh, you know, unfortunately for him, he suffered massive injuries that really would have ruined a lot of careers, and so potentially that has been the biggest reason why he's missed the podium in years. He's also, he also changed coaches. Athletes can change coaches, but I think maybe the injury is much more of a problem than, say, him deciding to leave Glen Mills. But I think time catches up with anybody, and in many ways, I'm shocked that he's stuck around that long. But you can't tell people when to retire. But I think this is it. I mean, I don't know how much longer he can go, because he's not a spring chicken anymore, and it puts a lot of toll on the body to get to that point. You're welcome there. Akeem Wilson is saying, if Nighton was Jamaican, okay. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's goose. Are you saying it's goose? I don't know. It might be. I think it's interesting. Anti-doping right now is going through an interesting phase. Watch the space in China, especially in swimming. What WADA is doing there. We are in a kind of interesting space here. I'll get back to that. St. Clair saying, I'm hoping you just ate too much steak. I'll get into that at some. You know how much steak you have to consume? It's 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 out there. It's out there. I mean, I there's a lot of science behind this, and it's interesting. But we'll get it. We'll do that another time for sure. Thanks everybody for joining. We're doing watch along. Jamaica national trials on my right, U.S. national trials on my left. You guys in front of me. I'm trying to keep up on all of this. Plus, I'm not in my regular space, so it's kind of weird not being where I'm normally do these things. But we got to be here. Uh, Taught by Tech is saying, notice he ran into the tunnel after winning his heat to avoid the interview. Yeah, that could be it. It could just be that he doesn't want to talk. But obviously, we haven't seen him, so they're going to ask him about that. They're doing the women's 100 meters here for under 20 girls. I just saw Alia Baker, obviously. Tara Long is in this race as well, so it should be good. All in the game, 10 women are going to run sub 12.4 this year for the first time ever. Yep. I really think if you're not coming to the Olympics in a 12-2 or better shape, you're going to kiss. You have no guarantees of a medal. It's the most competitive thing. Let me just turn my attention really quickly to this women's semifinal here. To be honest with you, it's gonna be Douglas, Tara Long, Ferguson, Williams in the race. Let's see what we get here. Top three advance to the final later on, and they do the two best fastest. I'm looking at Nia Ali on my left right now in the women's 100-meter hurdles there, US Championships. Let me see what's going on here. Okay, not a good start there from Terry. Oh, actually, she got a decent start and she got there and then she shut it down. And Douglas came, so Terry Long just shut it down and Douglas passed her. Oh yeah, that's really good running there for Terry Long, you know. Oh yeah, really good running there. We'll see what we get there. When is the women's 100 meters? IDK for the semifinals for the women's 100 meters is coming up at 8:50 Eastern Standard Time, right? 8:50 Eastern Standard Time. So what they're doing now in Jamaica is doing the semifinals for women's for under 19 for under 20 girls rather. I apologize, and then they'll do under 20 boys semi. Then they'll go uh to the senior women. Then they'll go to the men's, and then the finals are later on this evening. Let's get a sense of what's going on again in the women's 100-meter hurdles at the U.S. National Championships now. So there's Ali, Clemens, Cunningham, Robinson, Jones, Johnson. Let's see. Let's see what we'll get. But the women tonight have been running really good. I mean, hurdlers, once they're in shape, tend to run fast throughout the rounds because it's rhythm and they don't want to make much changes. They usually, if they're in comfortable position, shut it down after they cross the hurdles. So you often see pretty good times. Let's see what we'll get here. They're in the blocks, set position. They're out there. Oh, something happened to Niali. She's done. She's just basically going through the motions. Clemens there looking really good. And also Jones out there as well. So Jones on the outside, or inside rather. What did Niali just do right there? Oh, it looks like Ali will qualify. So she just jogged this. Is that what she did? Oh, that is something there. That is something there. Uh this is crazy here. Niali realized that she would have all of these athletes would get into the semifinals, so she's just like jumping over hurdles. Ran 20.38, and I think she'll qualify. She should qualify. Let's see when we get the final thing here. Let me get back to some of your comments here, guys. Huh? Okay. Yeah, Blake is, he's up there in age, yeah. How you doing, Dr. Alana Thomas? Thanks for this live. I'm on the road. Yeah, I'm on the road too, but I'm doing it. Appreciate you joining in. Truth, what's going on? My youth, good night, blessed night. Yeah, excited. Uh, let's go, sha'carri. Yeah, we'll see sha'carri later on. The semifinals for the United States 200 meters are up later on as well, both men and women. sha'carri looked very good last night. She came off the bend much better than I thought. And so good execution for her. We'll get to see what we'll see. Gabby Thomas, obviously. I want to see what kind of shape Abby Steiner really is in. I don't think she's in a particularly great shape. So we'll get to see what's going on. All in the game. Smart by Nia Ali. Yeah, she figured that out. She's like, I'm not wasting any energy here. I'm just gonna do hurdling that. That's veteran move there from Nia Ali. For those of you who don't know, I think there were some people pulled out of the U.S. Championship, so there was enough space to qualify. And Nia Ali realized there was no sense running hard. She barely didn't run, so she ran the hurdles in 20 point something, and she's going through. Right now, the semifinals for the under 20 men in Jamaica are on the track. Let's see what we get from the likes of a DeAndre Daly. Had a tough start to the season this year because of injuries, but as you know, he's a super talented individual, and he's coming back into form. The guy from Herbert Morrison. So he's really good, DeAndre Daly. He has a high ceiling for me, if I'm being honest with you. There's also Carr in the mix, Gervais, Daly, Stewart, Richards, Smythe, Powell, and Nugent. Oh, there's a false start here. Definitely a false start here. So I'm not quite sure who moved first. We'll see from slow motion camera. Powell or Nugent look like they were moving on the slow motion here. And I don't know if they left the blocks because of one of let's see. They haven't. I don't have the reading. It's also one of the unfortunate things when you get track. Sometimes you don't get the reaction times, and that's important. I don't know if actually someone actually they're going to do a green card. So it looks like there was movement by the athletes, maybe down in lane 7 and 8, that may have triggered others to jump the start. And in cases like that, if the athlete who actually false starts, they would not be peeling eyes. Let's see what we get here. All right, so they're gonna go back in the blocks, and we'll see what we get. I'll get back to some of your comments in a second. Don't forget to do that. If you find value in the channel, I appreciate you, and if you could give it a like in for the live stream tonight, and also subscribe, hit the notification bell. That way, when we go live, when we drop videos. I'll be around for a lot. The Olympics, we got a lot of videos coming as well. Don't worry about it. I appreciate you. We're on project trying to get 5,000 by the end of the week. Oh yeah, Daly got out. Also, his teammate. Oh, DeAndre Daly with that extended drive face when you don't want to run fast, and he's just comfortably doing. He basically jogged 10.23 there. It looked like that's the flash time I'm seeing here. I'm waiting for the official time to come up. 10.25 into a minus 0.3, not minus, actually a positive 0.3 win. So Daly literally jogged 10.25 right there. Yeah, that was excellent running by DeAndre Daly. And I think I just missed the rest of the result. Let me get back to the first heat. So yeah, 10.25. He did a really extended drive phase, and he was comfortable. All form, shut it down, extra high knees. It's all the signs of not trying to run fast. Kyle Richards in second, 10.44, and Ronaldo Smythe, 10.49 qualifies, as well as Nugent, it seems like. All right, we're going to get back to the U.S. National Championships here. Obviously, the former world record holders in this heat, Kenny Harrison, Hughes is there, Smith, Lolo Jones, trying to be the oldest athlete to qualify for an Olympics. That won't happen, guys, in the hurdles. And Hooven, Stark, and Brondike. So let's see. Also, I don't know if you've been following the space as well. I saw that I think most team tried to appeal a couple of decisions uh, because of her fall in the 800-meter final a couple nights ago. All unsuccessful so far. Look at that. Lolo Jones. I can't believe. How old is Lolo Jones? She has to be 40 something, all right? Yeah. Let me get a couple comments in the meantime if I have any there. That was smart. Yeah, truth set free. A lot of athletes jogged. Yeah. Yeah. Lolo is 41. It takes a lot to be a 41 years of age to be competing in the most competitive event in all of track and field, the women's 100-meter hurdles. There's not a better event more competitive event in all of track and field. Let's see what we get here from Kenny. We saw her early this season. She ran well. Then I think she pulled out of a couple of events because of she felt something and then she came back. So let's see what we'll get there. We've been getting some really fast time so far. The wind seems to be cooperating there in Oregon. Not particularly negligibly wind so far, except for the first heat. I believe that was 1.7. So far, the wind hasn't been that great. And the second semifinal for the men in Jamaica, the boys rather, are on the track. I'll get to that in a second. Very good running there. Lolo Jones in the back, but Kenny Harrison looking good as usual. And she's comfortable there. And coming in is Stark. Looks like Stark will get second. So Kenny Harrison, former world record holder, qualifies comfortably 12.49 ahead of Stark 12.52. Amber Hughes 12.73. And yeah, Lolo Jones finishes at 14.86. Let me get to this one over here. Gary Carr looking really good and shutting it down. Woo! Is that 10-12? 10.15 officially by Gary Card. Oh, that looked really smooth. He looks like he could go really low. It's a 0.6 win, positive win, legal, and 10.15 for Gary Card. Legal win, obviously, 0.6. And he got out he didn't get out fantastically well. I think he popped up a little bit there out of his drive phase, but then he started to move, and then at about 65, 70 meters here, he's off the gas, and he crosses the line really easy ahead of Witter 10:42. But that's going to be a fabulous run later on between DeAndre Daly and Gary Card. I mean, this looks like he can go very low tens. I mean, he shut that down. He probably could go sub 10 tonight. That might be pushing it, but that looks really good for Gary Card. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah. Lolo is 42 in August, as all in the game is saying. Why did they allow slow load? I don't know. I mean, I think she qualified for it. She made the standard. She got there, so we can't really, it is what it is. But Lolo Jones has been around a long time. For many of you who can remember, at one point Lolo was the face of USA Track and Field. They wanted her to be the kind of she was getting all the magazine stuff, all the good endorsements, and which was it? She crashed out in one Olympics. Now I can't remember. Was it Beijing? Was it? Now I don't even remember. Anyway, it's such a long time now. All right, so the let me see where we are in the women's 100 meter. I think it's all done now, is it? I don't know if I think that's done now for women's 100-meter hurdles. I think it's done, and there are going to be semifinals for women's 1500 meters there for the United States as well. That should be good stuff there. Nikki Hills, St. Pierre, All good. Corey McGee, I'm looking forward to seeing what she'll run to if she's gonna find form. Uh, yeah, Cranny looks good as well. Yeah, we'll get a chance to see what we get there. Then after the women's 1500 meters for the there'll be the semifinals for men's 400-meter hurdles for the United States. Men, you get Robinson, Trevor Bassett in the first one. Uh, Second, obviously, as Dean, who's really fast this year as well. A couple other guys that could do something. And then in semifinal number 3, you're gonna get CJ Allen and obviously Rai Benjamin, who's already gone 46.64 this season. So this is shaping up to be a fantastic one. Obviously, it's going to be top 2 and the third fastest to qualify. There's another heat on the track there. There's going to be Wade from KC in the mix, Benjamin, Mitchell, Brown, Gordon, White, I think, Pinnock, and Todd. So this is the third semifinal. Gordon looked good, then also Wade starts to take it. So it's going to be Wade. He's going to win that Nyrone Wade from Kingston College there. 10:33, Benjamin 10:58, and Gordon 10:60. Ryan Pinnock 10:62. So this is not a particularly as fast as the other two semifinals, but the goal here is to qualify. And so the top 2 get in, and obviously the 2 best times. So both Wade and Benjamin will get in. I have to check to see again who might get in from the mix. So I think it's done now. So the final is gonna be, I think it's gonna be Carr, Daly, Wade, Witter, Richards, Benjamin, Smythe, and Hines. Those are your top 8 for the 100-meter final for under 20 boys out there in Jamaica. All right, semifinal is going to happen soon on the women's 1500 meters US championships. Let's see where we are here. Bella Jane is saying, hi, Bella. She almost won at the Olympics. You're talking about Lolo? Or who? Yeah. But strange enough, she's faster than Niali. Yeah, I get the joke tonight. Truth, yeah, that's true. And all in the game. Just take the top 6 from each semi to the 1500 final, like World Championships. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, some of these decisions seem to amaze me, but who knows? Who knows? All right, so we're looking forward to that. And right now we're seeing is this the Great Chilean Fraser Prize? It sure is. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will pan away a bit from the US Championships in the 1500-meter semifinals because when the all-time great over the event is taking our mark, you have to pay attention. As I have often said, and I'll say it again, that's the greatest career over track and field, over 100 meters you're likely to see. Back-to-back at the Olympics, 5 World Championship titles, also bronze medal and a silver medal at the Olympics. That's a lot of medals there. Very difficult to get out. The Clayton in this heat we have Janelle Smith. As you know, Janelle Smith, she was the lead-off leg in what in Doha, if I remember correctly. Tia Clayton, obviously a lot of promise there. Let's see what we'll get. Jodine Williams in the heat. She ran a fantastic time. She was blistering down there. Kemba Nelson struggling with some injuries of late, but good to see her back. Natasha Morrison, always in the mix at these big championships. And the great Shelly Fraser Price, who we saw look really comfortable. Her execution now look almost flawless to me, based on the camera angles that I saw last night. Shut it down. Ashanti Moore and Berger completes the first semifinal for the 100-meter for women at the Jamaica National Championships. This is to determine who gets into the final and then who gets to Paris. And Obviously, two of the big three are present at the Jamaica National Championships. Elaine Thompson, Hira, unfortunately done. Seems like a minor tear in the Achilles, so I don't know if they'll do surgery. I haven't got any new updates here. But let's see what we get here. All in the game, St. Pierre just got shoved hard in the back by Herta Klecker. Interesting. Herta Klecker was upset by what happened in the 800 meters yesterday. I'm not even looking at it all in the game. I'm going to look at this 100 meters right now. Last call for how fast you think it will go. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's how it works. People copyright is a real thing. uh, Hunter, what channel on one spot? You have to subscribe for the packages, a pay-per-view. Pay-per-view. All right. All right. But I'll take a look at this race. And all of you guys who come in and come back out, I want you to come back. This is a channel for you. I just can't show. I get it. I don't show races. I don't own the copyright to it. It's not my thing. And I'm not trying to get in trouble for that. Yeah. All those guys that show races on YouTube eventually get shut down or they realize that it doesn't really work that way. So, yeah. Kemba Nelson's been is in the mix as well here. Let's see what we'll get. She's a really talented athlete. Unfortunately, she suffered from some injuries, so let's see what we get. They're showing Natasha Morrison on screen as well. Veteran now, been in the mix for a while. Yeah. Bella is saying 10.9 low. Yeah, that could be it. You got to get in the top two here or top three to get in, I guess. And look at the noise. There's a good reception here, it seems like, for Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. Yesterday, she looked like a serious businesswoman. Had no time for joke. Yeah. Shelly don't play. And we'll see what we get here. The longevity of a Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, a lot of people don't recognize. I always say, when athletes can stay this long and injury-free, it's not really luck. Luck is a small part of it. It's about the attention to detail, the preparation, doing the right things over and over again, even when you know it sucks. And for her to be here this long, I keep saying, you should check out my Shelly-Ann Fraser tribute that we did some months ago. For her to be in the sport this long, it's really ridiculous because you have to have an extraordinary drive to still be around. Because what's there to accomplish? You've done the back-to-back, third woman to ever go back-to-back at the Olympics over 100 meters. Obviously, the great Wyoming Tyus, then Gail Divas did it, then Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, then obviously Elaine Thompson-Hira. Let's see what we get there. Getting into the blocks now. Very exciting times here. Smith. So top three will go automatic here. And we'll see what we get here. I expect a bullet start from Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. Let's see what we'll get from her. Will she shut it down? Will she have to work hard? We don't know. That depends on what the likes of a Kemba Nelson and Natasha Morrison, a Williams, and a Smith decides to do, or a Clayton. Okay, and Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce gets out. Not as the greatest start as usual. Kemba Nelson had a good start, but Fraser-Pryce is in control here. She's just moving really gracefully here down the track and shuts it down in 10.91 seconds. She's ready. I don't care what you say. I don't think two other people beating her tonight. I think she's getting onto this team. The veteran is ready. Not even a smile on her face. Just like I do this every day, all day in my sleep. Look at that. Very good running there by Fraser-Pryce. I'm looking for a replay. So 10.91 from the great Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. Comfortable into the final. Kemba Nelson with a good run here as well. 11.04 seconds. Qualifies automatically as well. And also Natasha Morrison gets into the final. Williams 11:22, and Ashanti Moore on the bubble. So Fraser Price actually came out really well. It looked at on the other angle. Kemba Nelson did well, but as you know, there's no 4K here from these TVJ people, so I can't really. It's pathetic. But look at that. Fraser Price stopped running at least at 80 meters there. Really good focus. Gels moving, jaws moving really good. Yeah, that was a really good start from her. Usual start from Shelly there. I mean, she's led from start to finish, shutting it down. I thought also a decent run there from Kemba Nelson. More to come tonight. More to come tonight. Let me get to some of your comments. What's going on here? Yeah, you were very close, Sean. 1094. She went 1091. Uh, is Sharika running too? Yeah, Sharika Jackson is up next in the next semifinal in a matter of seconds here on the track. Sharika Jackson looking much better than we saw early season, a bit leaner. Yeah, I think she'll be ready in time for the Olympics. Thanks everyone for joining. Don't forget to hit that like button. Yeah, 1091 for sure. Bella, the goat, with a lot of heart eyes there. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. Make sure you guys subscribe, hit that like button. We really appreciate you. Let's see what time you think you're gonna get from Sharika Jackson. It's not important the time. The important thing is to finish in pole position here and get into the final. But two of the big three, one of the big three are obviously already into the semifinal and into the final rather. I apologize, and we're now waiting for the next one. So in this race, we're gonna get, and so Vanessa is saying we're gonna get a 1089. Okay, let's see. We'll wait for it. We're waiting. So we're gonna have Williams, Alana Reed, lots of promise there. Tia Clayton, Crystal Slowly, who I think is having a breakout year, could do something. Sasha Lee Forbes looked really good in the first qualifiers there. Jackson, obviously, and Shakura Wallace and Thomas. Those are the athletes that will make up the second semifinal at the Jamaica National Championships for the 100 meters. So again, Brianna Williams, as many people know, switched recently to the great John Smith. Came late, I think in March. So I think we'll see a better Brianna next year in Tokyo, probably once John has an opportunity to do his thing. I often say I thought when Elaine was thinking of leaving, she should have thought about also John Smith as well, but that's a different story. Alana Reed obviously trains with Mitchell and sha'carri and TT Terry, and Tia Clayton as well is the other sister there. Lots of promise. Crystal Slowly, I think I like what we saw, gone sub 10 this season as well. So we'll see what we get from her. Sasha Lee Forbes, Sharika Jackson, Wallace Thomas. So we're waiting for the semifinal to commence, but we're gonna get something special, I think. I think Jackson will just try to run this and get in, make sure she's make sure she's in the mix. Let me get some comments here. 1500 meters semifinal is going on as well in the US Championships. I'll be honest with you, I'm not paying much attention. You're guessing that it's going to be a 1082. Bella is saying 1090. Imran, what's going on, my man? Are you ready for tomorrow night? Uh, yeah, I think I have India in the final of the Cricket World Cup. Definitely have India in the final. India, South Africa. South Africa made it through. I'm talking every type of sport tonight. It seems like. Hi, everyone. John is in the house. Yeah. Thanks for joining. For the live stream of the Jamaica National Championships, if you have to subscribe to One Spot Media, and if you want to see US, then it's depending on where you are. If you're in the United States, then you just watch on NBC or on their streaming platform, Peacock. All right, so women's 100 meters. We're about to get. So Lane Teva Thomas is in lane 8. So Williams in 1, Reed in 2, Clayton in 3, Slowly in 4, Forbes 5, Jackson 6, Wallace 7, and Thomas in lane 8. Can we get something special from the Clayton sisters here? Can we get something from special from Sasha Lee Forbes? She looked really good yesterday. Can we? What will Brianna Williams do? And obviously, what will Shericka Jackson do? They're in a set position. And they're out. And the Clayton sisters flying out. Sasha Lee Forbes looking good too, but Shericka Jackson's like jogging down the track. But Tia Clayton is going to win this ahead of 1086 from Tia Clayton. PB for her right there. Ahead of Shericka Jackson, 1087. Sasha Lee Forbes, 11.09. Stephen Francis has done it again. And this is a 0.1 reading, positive reading here. 0.1 legal, 10.86. That is fantastic running there by Tia Clayton. She was out of the blocks, executed almost perfectly. We have to see it again because my eyes were switching over to Jackson, who looked really comfortable and within herself. Our sister Tina Clayton is hugging her on the track, is getting her up off the track. But Tia Clayton has just done a stunner there, ladies and gentlemen. 1086 in the semifinal, ahead of Shericka Jackson. 1087. We are gonna have a ridiculous final tonight. We are gonna have a ridiculous final tonight. This woman was moved straight down to 1086. Look at that. Oh my God, that was a lovely, lovely, lovely execution, getting into acceleration there. Shericka Jackson was running within herself too, looked comfortable, didn't look like she was working hard, realized she was in pole position as well. Oh, these two. But Tia Clayton really run really hard, a little bit raggedy at the end, but that's to be expected. Dip a bit early. Whew. Brianna Williams looked like she might make it too. Let's see what we get. Natasha Morrison, 11:16. Kemba Nelson, 11:04. And obviously, Shelley and Fraser Price will get through on their heat. In heat two, in some final two, 1086 for Clayton, 1087 for Jackson, Forbes, 1109. Those three automatic qualifiers. And Alana Reed and Brianna Williams make it into the final, 11:15 from Williams and 11:16 from Alana Reed. Crystal Stoley doesn't make it, 11:20. That was a shocker tonight. I didn't really anticipate a 1086. Wow, Bella is saying. Definitely wow. All in the game is saying. A little disappointing from Lanit. Yeah, she is. I mean, hopefully she runs better in the 200 meters. I was anticipating something faster. Bella, Jamaicans will fare well without Elaine. Amazing. No, this is the thing we can absolutely say when it comes to the Jamaican women is that they're always in the mix. They find a way historically. We can trace this back to the 1980s for sure, all the way up. There's always women in the mix. You know, as if you know the history, obviously men were there in the 50s and in London and Helsinki, and then there's a lull. You get the quarry in the 1970s, and you know there's hit and miss until you know we've gotten you know that era in the early 2000s all the way to now, and hopefully the men can deliver. We're gonna have a really good running there from men coming on. Let me get some more comments here. Shoot, of course Jamaica would be better without. Come on, I mean, Yeah, I don't think she was saying that true, but I know what you're saying. Did Sharika run? She did. She came second, 1087, 1086. We have the results up on the screen right now. This is the overall qualification. If we just hit the by heat, you could see the breakdown by heat, but that's the overall qualification heading into the into the finals that's coming up. Just a quick update to tell you what's going on. We're going to get we're these there's going to be an international 100-meter race now on the track, and this is because there are athletes using the Jamaica national trials as a mechanism to qualify for the Olympics. So there's some representatives from St. Kitts and Nevis. There's people there from Haiti. So that doesn't count, obviously, for anything that involves Jamaica. And then after that, we will have the semifinals of the men's 100 meters. That will come up in yeah, will come up soon as well. And what we'll have there is Sashin Dennis in lane one, Davidson in lane two, Ryan Ford Blake, Golson Thompson, Jelani Walker, and Nigel Ellis rather. That's Heat 1. And in Heat 2, semifinal 2, will feature Murphy, Gordon, Brian Level, Watson, Julian Fort, Seville, Tracy, and Williams. So we are going to get a cracker later on, I suspect. But so that's coming up after this 100 meters here for international. And now I'm going to switch over to the United States National Championships as I'm seeing Trevor Bassett right here in lane number 8. And that means we are getting the semifinals of the men's 400-meter hurdles at the US Championships. And let me check some comments if there's any there quickly. Bella is saying, LOL, truth. I mean, even without Jamaica's big three, there's plenty of talent who will step up and compete for medals. Exactly. Sharika ran or 1087. Yeah. So we're doing well. Thanks everybody for liking the video. Really appreciate you guys there. Really appreciate you guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe. That's a big thing for us here. You're not seeing the live stream. I'm not quite sure what you mean. You mean for I'm not showing the stream. Oh, okay. Anyway. All right, let me get over to the semifinals here for men's 400-meter hurdles. You got Robinson 5, obviously Bassett. I'm looking for those two guys to see what we get there. Maybe Smith can do something as well, but we'll see. They're in the set position here. All right, they're out. 3 semifinals here at the U.S. National Championships. Not quite sure who's over the hurdle first. Looks like Trevor Bassett, it looks like. Yeah, Bassett is already making up the stagger on the guy in lane 9. And he's like blazing it there. Yeah, Bassett is leading. Robinson looks decent as well. Bassett can't see anything, obviously, because he's out there in lane 8. So he has to work really hard. Hopefully, when he comes off the curve, he can see. Well, he can see Robinson's moving up right there as well. So it's Bassett and Robinson. First two go through, and then Smith is running too. So Bassett comfortably wins his 49.02 ahead of Chris Robinson 49.34. Smith 49.43 on the bubble at the moment. We'll have to wait to see if he advanced to the final. That might not be good enough. I suspect 49.43 might be a little bit too weak to advance to the final. But we'll see what we get. And so that's semifinal number 1. In semifinal number 2, we'll get Elder, Woodell, Schneider, Sherman, Fields, Rosser, Dean, who's the one to watch, I think, in that heat, Nelson, and Birchman. And let me get back to any comments here. Oh, you're not seeing for the US Olympic trials, you need Peacock, if you're living in the United States. Peacock has everything. I think it's also, I don't know if it's live right now on NBC or USA. They do that as well. So we're waiting now for the men's 100-meter semifinals at the Jamaica National Championships. That is going to be a cracker. I think they're a bit behind based on the schedule. That should have been on track already. Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's like right now I think we have like almost 100 people on the live, only 23 likes. You know, we can do better than that. Yeah. So the guys are on the track right now, and so this is going to be a cracker. Sashin Dennis looked good yesterday. Sanjay Davison, I like that kid. I think he has a lot of potential. Ford, his built is good. That's Dennis. Sanjay rather. Obviously, Ryan Ford, Akeem Blake, Golson, Thompson, Jelani Walker, and Ellis. As we heard from Stephen Francis, or from reports rather, Kishane Thompson had to do anti-doping protocol yesterday, and he didn't get home until rather later at 1:30ish. So that is them saying he might not be at his best. We'll see what we get. The top three from each semifinal advance to the final, plus the 2 second fastest time. I mean, Golson is just in fabulous specimen there in term as well. But Thompson too, big dude right here, big unit. Kind of gives you a little look of Asafa Powell. I think, according to Francis, he was ahead of Asafa at the same period in time when he got him. So I think I like what I'm seeing from many of these Jamaican athletes here. They're making moves. That is true, Vanessa. She's a better 200 meter. Lane is better over 200 meters. And I think, there's an opportunity to make the team there as well. So we'll see. Nigel Ellis as well, just being introduced, been around for a while as well. So let's see what we get here. Top three advance to tonight's final. You just want to be in the top three. You don't really need to run the fastest time in the world right now. It's about qualifying. But obviously, a lot of eyes are on Thompson. Blake, obviously, Akeem Blake. Let's see. Let's see what we get. They're in the blocks. The official walking across to ensure that all fingers are behind the line. They're in a set position. And looks like a clean start there. And Kishane Thompson's looking good. He's gonna win this easily. Akeem Blake is there. He's cruising. Kishane Thompson's just basically shutting it down. Cruising in 980. Is that 980? He jogged that. He literally jogged that a while ago. Let's see what the official time might be. 984, official time 0.6. This dude is running 975 tonight, minimum. Kishane Thompson just shut down at 984. Stephen Francis, he has one right here. 9.84 walking, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to see the replay. He gets out. Not the best of start. Ellis looks decent coming up, but the camera angle is just ridiculous. Akeem Blake looks relaxed. Looks like we lost an athlete there. And Kishane Thompson is looking around like Usain Bolt at the Olympics or at the World Championships, just looking around. He is looking around, ladies and gentlemen, as if there's nothing there. 984, Akeem Blake qualifies 10.01, and also Kajan Golson 10.10. Davidson and Jelani Walker both registering 10.14, and they are on the bubble now, depending on what happens in the second semifinal. And as you know, the second semi-final will feature Jazeel Murphy, Jelani Gordon, Brian Level, Rohan Watson, Julian Froat, Oblique Seville, Taekwondo Tracy, and Travis Williams. Let me get some comments here real quickly if there's any. Wow, he's ready for goal. Who is suspicious? You have to explain some more. I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. If you can do that, then we can address what you mean by suspicious. All right. And second semi-final currently going on now of the men's 400-meter hurdles here at the U.S. National Championships. And Caleb Dean looking really good there and smooth. Rossa is in the mix as well. I think that's Nelson around there. Dean is like flying. Who is that? Yeah, Dean is moving like he needs to add an E to his name. So Caleb Dean is going to win this. Khalifa Rossa is going to come in as well. And Nielsen is also sprinting away, trying to get there. Doesn't make it. So the automatic qualification goes to the man from Texas Tech. 48.92 ahead of Rossa, 49.72. And Nielsen, 49.79 has to wait. I am going to get right now onto the semifinal of the second semifinal. Yeah, I'm also watching the US trials as well. I'm doing both, to be honest with you. Who won the first semi of what? The Jamaica trials or the US trials in the 400 meters? In the Jamaica trials, the first semifinal was won by Kishane Thompson, jogging across the line in an easy, as you like, 984 ahead of Akeem Blake, Golson, 10.10. Those are the athletes that with the automatic qualification into the final later on tonight. And currently on the track now is the second semifinal of the men's 100 meters. And they're introducing the athletes as I look. Jazeel Murphy, Jelani Gordon, Brian Levin, Rohan Watson, Julian Fort, Oblique Seville, Taekwondo Tracy, and Travis Williams. Those are your representatives. They're about to get in the blocks in a moment. And let's see what we'll get. Yeah. So we are here. Thanks everyone for joining. Exciting time in track and field. Double dose tonight on the road, not even in the studio. So yeah, you know we have to love it. All right. So we're waiting for this to start, guys. Let me see. All right. See what we get. This is gonna be good. Really be good. There's a shot of the National Stadium. Really hard to make sense of what that looks like. Looks decent in terms of people there. All right, they're walking into the blocks right now. Oblique Seville and Julian Fort appears to be the last to get in here. I suspect Oblique Seville will run really fast because, he is in fantastic shape. These guys are in great shape. I think you can't help it when you get to the national championships at this stage and not push. So the official walking across, waiting to see the athletes. Hands behind the line. And we're in set position. And all way out there, Oblique Seville with a good start too. Also Brian Level. And Seville is moving, he's pumping, then he's shutting it down, looking across, really comfortable. 9.83. 9.78 was a flash time, but it's rounded up to 9.83. Officially, Oblique Seville, 9.83. Ahead of Brian Level. 9.98 for Brian Level, sub 10. Jelani Gordon, 10.11, and Juliet Fort 10.15. Oblique Seville has made sure that he says, I am also in great shape. We're going to have a cracker tonight. So your finalists for tonight's final that will be coming up uh, not too long from now. Oblique Seville, 9 qualifies fastest, 983. Kishane Thompson, 984. Brian Level, 9.98. Akeem Blake, 10.01. Kadrian Goals, 10.10. Jelani Gordon, 10.11. And Walker, I think 10.14 gets in, right? Yeah, I think I have to see what the separation is on this, yeah. Look at that. Really comfortable running there from Oblique Seville. He's looking around, no arm movement, overstriding just to take it easy. Rowan Watson doesn't make it. He won last year, as you guys know. So that's really easy running there. So only the top three qualify from this from this semifinal into the final. So Seville, Level, and Gordon, and heat number one, Thompson, Blake, Goldson, and Daveson and Walker makes it into the final. So we are gonna have a cracker tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It's pretty clear that the national championship will be between Kishane Thompson and Oblique Seville. Really good running here. Where are we right now? All in the game. I'll get to you in a second. Big run by Tia Clayton. Uh, did it seem Sherika was running all out? No, she didn't. She just run comfortably, but that doesn't mean I don't know what kind of where. Not that's not to take anything from Clayton. A third high school and Nielsen just made another final. Yeah, the US trials. I saw that there. All right, so this is the final semifinal here in the men's 400-meter hurdles. We got Rai Benjamin, obviously, already up on the athlete in lane 8 and 9. He's going to fly around on this for sure. So Benjamin is running easy. Yeah, he's running really in control. He's probably not even using his normal stride pattern. It's hard for me to count. Yeah, Benjamin is going to come off the top. CJ Allen is going to be with him as well. Top two automatically goes through. Rai Benjamin really cruising. CJ Allen right beside him. And both of those guys are going to comfortably make it into the final. Bailey is like trying to come back in, but he won't. He's probably going to try to qualify on time, and I think he does. So he does qualify on time. So 47.97 is the fastest of the semis from Rai Benjamin. CJ Allen 48.16. Bailey 48.69. And so he will be joined in the final by Caleb Deal, Trevor Bassett, Robinson, and Kenzie Zera, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Probably not. Let me get back to some of your comments here. All in the game. Yeah, third high schooler just made it out. Yeah, it's crazy what these high schoolers are doing. I guess it's an Olympic year, and people want to do some interesting stuff here. Mindset, Brian Runner, sub 10, wicked. I love to see the many sub 10s by various athletes. Yeah, I didn't anticipate Brian Level was in that kind of shape. Clearly, high school talent. Went to Edwin Allen, and he's into the final of the 100-meter final of the Jamaica National Championships. That is good for the lad. Potentially he could make it to the Olympic Games. I mean, it's gonna be great tonight. I mean, this is gonna be great. Again, obviously, the final for the women: Brianna Williams, Sasha Lee Forbes. So Williams will be in lane 1, Forbes will be in lane 2, Tia Clayton in 3, Sharika Jackson in 4, Kemba Nelson 5, Shelly Fraser Price 6, Natasha Morrison 7, Alana Reed 8. That's the lane assignment for later on tonight. and the final is coming up at 10:45. So we're looking at just about an hour and 15 minutes. And we I'll wait for the lane assignments for the men. And so what we'll be getting next on the track will be the 800-meter final. Is it the final? Uh, yeah, because I think it's straight finals for the 800 meters at the Jamaica trials. It seems like, I believe, I have to check for sure. That's up. Then there will be 800 meters for men. Then you'll also have the 400-meter finals, which will feature Rashid McDonald in lane 1, Demish Gay in 2, Anthony Cox 3, Javon Powell 4, Raheem Hales 5, Sean Bailey 6, DeAndre Watkins 7, and Barnes in 8. Zandrian Barnes in 8th. So those are some things that are coming up. Obviously, the big thing that we're looking forward to later on will be the finals of the men's 100 and 200. But don't sleep on this 400-meter final here. Rashid McDonald didn't look good in the semifinal. He had to get in on time. Yeah, so interesting times here. Let me get back to you guys. Let's see any kind of comments going on here. Saint Clair saying, or is it Saint Clair? Since we're in the Parisian spirit, JA athletes making 10.8 like a walk in the park. Yeah, looking good so far. Looking good. Oh, he just missed the final all-in game. Thank you. I wasn't fully paying attention. Thank you so much. Obviously, doing both streams are not as easy as it seems. Why is USA not streaming live tonight? I don't. It is streaming live. I to be honest with you, it's on Peacock. It's on Peacock. I'm watching it live on Peacock. Isn't it not live? Yeah, my and Dr. Orlando Thomas is saying, "Wow, what are these guys smoking?" Not sure they smoke, but they're definitely leaving smoke behind. You can't seem to find a I'm not. Sorry, I don't know how to. I'm watching it from the official sources, so I don't know what the. That's my good friend Leighton Levy there on screen. I just was talking to him last night. He's right there with Keon Rayner. Yeah. Yeah, with his official media flapjack. I gotta text him to tell him that I seen him on TV. Anyway, is there a free? No, I don't know. I don't know if there's a free stream for the U.S. trials. To be honest with you, yeah. It's also on USA. So if you have terrestrial TV or cable or YouTube TV, USA is actually carrying the American trials at the moment, and it's also streaming on their Peacock. So USA and Peacock. No, I'm watching the live stream on Peacock right now. But it's also on USA. I can watch it on USA, and I'm watching the Jamaica thing on stuff. So Peacock and USA has it. If you're in the United States, Peacock doesn't work outside the United States, and I don't know if it's streaming internationally on USA. You just gotta check. But it's on USA right now. I wish I could give you numbers for that, but that varies by your channel and your provider. All right, so we're gonna get some semifinals going on up next in the men's 800 meters at the U.S. National Championships. But before that, the first round of the triple jump going on as well at the U.S. Championships, along with I think women's pole vault in the mix as well. Yeah. So I think Moon, Leon, Leland already cleared 450. Timberg as well. And Mall. So it's still early days in that. We also will get early movement on women's shot put as well. Maggie Ewing, I'm looking forward to seeing as well. Obviously, Chase Jackson, clearly. Let's see what we get from Raven Saunders, who's back from whereabouts suspension. What else? Yeah, we'll all, and then the U.S. Championships at 10 minutes. It's the semifinals for the women's 200 meters is just past 10 o'clock. The men's 10:27, and then the finals of the 100-meter hurdles will go off tonight. Clearly, we may get something really special from Mr. Flamingo himself, Grant Holloway. But I'm trying to think about who will also make the team. I like what I've been seeing from the Crittenden guy, Freddie Crittenden, but he's sometimes his hurdling is not as clean as you like. I just feel like Daniel Roberts and Cardell Tinch will find a way. I mean, Trey Cunningham, I was thinking he could do something as well, but in the semifinals, I wasn't that pleased with his execution. But we'll see. We will see. Yeah. So there's currently on the track at the US Championships now, men's semifinal in 800 meters. And then we're looking at the what else is coming? Yeah, 800 meters will also be coming up. Women at 9. It should be on the track. Actually, it's on the track now. So I'm seeing a picture of Natalia Gould, which probably this has to be her last Olympic Games, you would think. My biggest thing, only two women in the 800 meters. Only two women in the 800 meters at the Jamaica National Championships. That is disappointing. Where are we right now? No, Grant Holloway will run late tonight. He will run at 10:52 Eastern Standard Time. That's when the finals of the 110-meter hurdles kicks off at the U.S. Championship. Mark Green, good evening. Thank you for joining. Hopefully you are subscribing and liking the video. Oblique 9.78. That's what you're thinking will happen. 9.6 in the making. I would love to see a 9.6, but not now. I would like for him to go to Paris and do that or something like that. Yeah. Yeah. So Gould and Beckford are running 800 meters right now. Only two women in the 800 meters. Gould is already has a good 2 meter lead on her. Let's see what she does coming around on the first 400 meters. Beckford is trying to get the qualifying standard. I don't think she has it. Her PR is 2 minutes 70. And so Natalia Gould is coming around in what looks like 56.94. That is really fast. There's no way she can keep that pace up. And Beckford is trying to go as well, but right now she's opening up a good. This is a good 5 meter, 7 meter lead on Bedford. It's like 145.74 in the US National Championships there. But Natalia Gould has a good 15-meter lead on Kellyanne Beckford, who will not run the Olympic standard. So she will not be going to the Olympics. Because Gould at this stage, about 20 meters left or so, she's at 150. Yeah, she's going to run close to 2 minutes here. Probably at 159 and change. Okay, so Gould wins it. She crosses the line at 159.06. Beckford 2 minutes 0. 2 minutes 1. Yeah, not good enough. Not even close. So 159 for Natalia Gould. More like a training run for her. She has the Olympic standard clearly. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, bless up to you as well, Mark. All in the Game is saying this will be Kishane's first time running 3 rounds. No Adele Tracy in the 800. No, she ran in the 1500 meters. Or was it earlier today? I saw her with, I think, Aisha Protlier won that, I believe. Um, Adele Tracy has the Olympic standard, so it could be the case that she'll make it on to the team because only Gould and her has the standard. I think they only yeah. This is an interesting point. All in the Game, running 3 rounds. He's not used to it, but you would hope that he will. He. I think he's in fantastic shape. I think Thompson oblique makes the team for sure. You don't have to win tonight. You just need to be in the top three. I think there's obviously bragging rights, clearly, but we'll see. We will see. This is going to be exciting. Truth is saying, so it's the first three. So if my aunt go and run the 800 and come third, she would get on the plane. She wouldn't get on the plane because she needs to run a minute 1:59. What's the standard one? The 800-meter standard for Paris is 1:59:30. So if you don't run 1:59:30, then you can do it. And then obviously, if not enough people do it, they usually do the world ranking. In this case, this is not a thing. So if you don't run 1:59:30, you can get to the Olympic Games. All in the Game, shocking to only have 2 people in the 800 final. Yeah, it is. It's shocking. It's an indictment on the sport, especially when you think about that's something that Jamaican athletes should be doing more of. It, it, it's not particularly technical. Like it's not the hammer. If Jamaicans don't have hammer, I get it. It's difficult. Pole vault can be challenging, right? But especially in terms of getting kids into the sport. But I don't know what to say. I'm not showing anything. I'm just talking about the U.S. trials. Right now, I'm just seeing Grant Holloway warming up here, Gilbert, and yeah, and they're doing the 800 meters now. I can focus a little bit on it. Uh, the first semifinal just went, and that was won by Josh Hoy, 1:45:73. Clayton Murphy second, 1:45:76. So those are the automatic qualifiers. Isaac Harris and I think Isaac Jewett at 1:46:21, 1:46, 33. All right, they're in the bubble right now. And the second semifinal is going to come up soon. Hobbs Kessler is there in that. There's Whit Marsh, Brandon Miller. Hobbs Kessler obviously doesn't have the Olympic standard, I don't think. So we'll see. And to get to the Olympics and run the 800 meters, you have to run 1:44:70. So if you don't run 1:44:70, you're not running any 800 meters at the Olympics. Mark is saying the twin, wow, she's looking good. Yeah. The Clayton sister there in 10:86. Very, very good running there from her. Yeah. John is saying, I just read on Instagram that I think Moo Angel wants a rerun in the 800 meters. They tried, yeah. There was a couple of appeals to the U.S. To the appeals committee at the United States Track and Field Association, the federation, and they were denied. And I think they also appealed the decision, but not. So I read something as well. I didn't get a chance to digest everything, but they were saying that she got spiked in the back or something like that, or it didn't look that way when I watched it, but either way, I think it's frivolous grounds to try and appeal that, to be honest with you. I mean, if anybody had a bigger problem with that, would have even been Herta Klecker. She had to basically jump off the track in order to stay in the race. So it's over. It's unfortunate. I mean, we won't get to see one of the all-time greats here at the Olympics, but the show will go on, I suspect. Thanks everyone for joining. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Currently on the track are 800 meters in U.S. National Championship second semifinal in Jamaica right now. To my right is the 800 meters for men. So there's no Jamaican athlete with the official Olympic standard. We have Oliver, Jackson, Reed, Anderson, Roden, Luke, Walker, and Wright. Those are your 8 guys in the 800 meters at the Jamaica National Championships. I don't know what Navasky Anderson will run. He still trains with Arop, right? All in the game. You can confirm that. I have All in the Game as my online encyclopedia. Whenever I'm not sure about things, he knows the answer to this. But I think Anderson trains with Marco Arop. I could be wrong though. I used to train with him. Anyway, we will see what we get there. The 800 meters going around. They're going to go around in about 51:04 here. US trials, their second semifinal. I'm not even paying attention there that well. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's good. I mean, 120 something you on the live. Only what 38 likes. You know, help me out there. All in the Game is saying I think should go drop a sub 49/155 in the Diamond League 400/800 meter races. Yeah, she should do that. I mean, she'll go to the Olympics. They'll put her on the 4x4. Obviously, she doesn't care about that. She wants to run the 800 meters. But you fell. I said it before. You do one or two things at her experience level. You either assert yourself in the race and cut over in a straight line ahead of everybody, or you hang back and then just take them off on the curve. Did none of that, and she's out. It's tough. And yes, Navasky trains with Arab. Yeah. All right, so let's see what we get here in the men's 800 meters at the Jamaica National Championships. Let's see what Navasky's gonna bring them around first. Clearly, it's gonna cross the bell at 50:81 here. So 50:81 is official time, and let's see what he'll get. But yeah, he's not going to the Olympics. That's too slow right here. You need 44:70 to get to the Olympics. At this rate, he's gonna run close to 46 seconds. He's on the back stretch there, and it's like 113. Back at it. Yeah, that's gonna be close to 46 seconds. He can't unless he's gonna start sprinting in ways that I don't know he has. Yeah, he's already struggling here. Roden is coming up on him. Yeah, yeah. 100 meters to go, and it's Anderson and Roden side by side. Roden passes him. Oh, Roden is running really good right here. And that's what 45:91 by Roden. So Roden wins this ahead of Navasky Anderson, who ends up running 47. So Roden wins it 1:45.94. Anderson 1:47.01. Those are times that should not be in any major championship in any kind of country here. This is not really good. 1:45.94, not good enough. And so there won't be any representation at the Olympic Games for Jamaica over 800 meters. Let's see where we are. Just plumbing. Who look more easy going to the women's 100-meter final? I mean, Shelly-Ann looked really smooth. I think probably Shelly-Ann, but also I think Jackson, even though she came second, didn't look like she came out of third gear really. She was cruising as well, running a comfortable race. I think for Clayton, she worked hard, and part of her maybe that was a strategy to ensure that she get into the final. It's hard to say. I mean, because one of the things about Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce too is that I mean the running style is just so smooth. The turnover is fantastic. The block coming out of the blocks look good. Execution is always brilliant. So even when she works hard, you don't really know. Yeah, but it's gonna be a cracker tonight. I think it's gonna be a cracker tonight. Mark is saying Shellyan is gonna take it. It can happen, yeah. It's gonna be great. Really gonna be great. Thanks everyone for joining. And we just saw the second semifinal of the Hobbs Cluster ran 143.71. I didn't even see that. Brandon Miller second 143.73. So those two athletes are automatically into the final. Alvarado rather, sorry, 144.44 is on the bubble, along with Tinoda, who is at 145.12. So the first two from Heat 1 will go through. So that's Howie and Murphy. Hobbs Kessler 143.71. I totally missed it because I was looking at the Jamaica one, but we'll see. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mark is saying oblique 9.71, Kishane 9.73. Well, I think Mark is making his mark tonight to make sure he calls these times. 971, 973. Those are really fast times, Mark. We'll see. I wouldn't be mad. I don't think most people would be mad. It's a statement. It would be certainly a statement run if you got two guys running that fast. With with yeah, it will be a statement run. I don't know, but that's way out there though. Way out there. I mean, I'll take a 978, it's a 979 or 980, 981. I'll take what I get in the semifinals. I don't think they need to run that fast, but that is, what 971 is, a 973. I don't know if they're in that kind of shape. And if they're in that kind of shape on the national championships, then what kind of shape they're going to go to Paris with? Let me see what else is going on. Rommel is like, Mark is wilding. He's calling you out there, yeah. Yeah, based on the results so far, yeah. Who joins Oblique, Akeem, and Kishane on this 4x1? I mean, there's Golson. Brian Level just popped a 9-9, a sub 10. We have to say the Jamaican guy is looking really decent. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, no, we're not digging your projections for sure, Mark. I mean, we want to see, Oblique's training video. I mean, right now, Oblique hasn't run it anywhere out of second gear yet. He just looks super comfortable. Also, he has a really smooth running style, but I'm anticipating some good stuff from him. Yeah, it's gonna be a cracker. Certainly gonna be a cracker. Yeah. Uh yeah, 990 is enough. Here's the thing. I look, you might need to run 9.8 to be confident that you make it on the team. Because I think Akeem Blake is in good shape. I think he could probably run 991, low 990s, I think. You just never know, right? Like, you think about, let me look at it again. Let's also see. Okay, I'm also looking at the start list. So Walker will be in lane 1, Kadrian Golson in 2, Akeem Blake in 3, Brian Level in 4, Oblique Civil 5, Kishane Thompson 6. So they're side by side. Jelani Gordon 7, and Davidson in 8th. The 3 people get tickets to Paris. You're basically looking at 2 guys that are cut above the rest by far. That's Seville and Thompson. So they just need to. I think if they get out there, they could look at each other and shut it down. Who knows? And then I think it's basically the fight on for a bronze medal, right? Yeah, yeah. So we'll see what we get. But you have to run the race anyway. Rommel, why risk injury? This isn't Paris, exactly. You got to be very careful. Third semifinal, 800-meter going on there at the U.S. National Championships. Bryce Hoppel looking really comfortable in the front there. I'll get back to this. Get back to your comments in a second, guys. Hoppel is running decent. This is what 105, and they're on the stretch. This is probably gonna be 144-ish if he picks up the speed one. It's third. I don't think it's gonna be faster than the second semifinal where Hobbs Kessler ran 143. But Hoppel is leading. Is that coach behind him? It looks like. Yeah. Yeah. Koich is pushing some steps. Hopper still looks like he's within himself right here. He's going to win this. He's opening up a 2-meter lead, a 3-meter lead now. More like 5. He's looking around, shutting this down. It's going to be comfortable for Bryce Hoppel here. 144.01 ahead of Koich, 144.47. Those are your two athletes that qualify for the final, I think, for the U.S. National Championships. We'll get the rest in a second. I'll get back to some of your comments here. And I don't know what's that on the track there in Jamaica right now. I'll take a look in a second. Mark is saying 990 for Akeem. Truth is saying, I want another television, the US and Jamaica trials plus the Copa America. Yeah, I even know what's going on in the Copa America. I gotta look at that in a second as well. Tomorrow is the Cricket World Cup T20 if you're into that. Also semifinals in the not semifinals, second round in European Championships tomorrow as well. Oh yeah, this is the 400 meters. Thanks, Mark. Yes, that's Sean Bailey. Let's take a look at that. I'm going to spend some time looking at that 400-meter final for the Jamaicans here. The 400 meters, as you know, they're in an interesting space. They eliminated one of the early rounds for the top 16 in an attempt to run a 4x4 on Sunday. Is it? Is on Sunday in order to qualify for this World Championship. All right. So we'll get that in a second. Yeah. All in the game is saying Arap ran 143.53 at the Canadian trials, basically running on his own. It's going to be a bumper year this year, right? Can anybody beat Wanyoni now? That's a really interesting question we got to think about. Men's 800 meters in an interesting place. Emmanuel Wanyoni, 140.170, and which, I made a blunder on my live. Thanks again, all in the game a couple weeks ago. But that's probably the world record, as all in the game was saying too. Because when you account for the altitude, that's ridiculous timing there by Wanyoni. Kinimal obviously has also run 142. Kidal 142. There's a bunch of guys. Sedrati at 143 as well. So the 800 meters at the Olympics gonna be hotter than we think. Back to the Brazil is up 2-0. Thanks. Do you agree with Ronaldinho is one of the worst Brazil teams you've ever seen? But anyway, that's another story. Men's 400-meter finals here in Jamaica. And, Arthur Wint, Herb McKinley, Roden, Leslang, all these guys must be Bertland Cameron. They'll be like, what's going on here? All right, they're off now. Good start there. Powell, I mean, I'm not seeing it. This is terrible camera work here, guys. I can't even say who's leading. I have zero knowledge right now. Who's that in lane? McDonald is running out there. A lot of work. Look like Powell is coming off. Watkin is in the lead. Javon Powell is running. Sean Bailey's in the mix. Sean Bailey's coming. But Watkin is going to win. Bailey's going to pass Powell. And those are your three. 44-48 from DeAndre Watkin. 44-48. No one saw this coming, I don't think. Ahead of Bailey, 44-65. And Javon Powell, 44-79. Raheem Hills, 45-42. So Rasheen McDonald, the national record holder, 48-05. Anthony Cox 6, 46-20. Barnes 45-93. So the top three all going sub 45, 44-48. That's a big run by DeAndre Watkin. I didn't see this coming. Did not see this coming. Sean Bailey good, 44-65. Powell with a long collegiate season, 44-79. Also Hales. Hopefully this quartet can run the time to get them to qualify for the 4x4. Let's see what's going on. Shoot, Romania is my team in Euros. Okay. I mean, I think Poland has been playing some interest. Not what's the team that Ralph Ragnick is coaching? Decent too. I mean, it's going to be interesting. I will talk football tomorrow. All in the game. Oh, I missed this one. It will be Wanyoni versus Arap and Sedrati. That's what it looks like to me. Yeah. I think you got to be in 140. You got to be in 142 shape to be sure to be on the medal. Rasheen McDonald needs to be wheeled into retirement home. It's pretty all in the game, bringing out the harsh comments tonight. Mark Green, he'll be good in Paris. Who you mean? Watkin or Powell? Yeah, Austria. Thanks all in the game. They've been playing really interesting football. Yeah. Yeah. So that's good running there from those guys. DeAndre Watkin, 44-48. Bailey, 44-65. And Powell, 44-79. They got a structure of 4x4 tomorrow. Can they run? They have to run. Hopefully, they can run faster than two. They have to run faster than the 16th place team. I don't know why Jamaica found themselves in that position, but that's for another night. All right. Yeah, they need 259-11. Thanks all in the game. We are about to see Sha'carri Richardson soon in the women's over there in the United States in another 3 minutes or so. So semifinal, let me just run that down really quickly. As you know, everybody, if you're coming on for the first time for the live, thank you very much. But I'm on the road traveling, but I'm doing live USA and Jamaica at the same time. And I'm thankful that all of you guys are just hanging around, providing great comments and being engaged. I love it. We have Richards in the first semifinal. Prandini is also there. TT Terry, Mays, Cooper, Kelly Struggs. No, not Struggs. Turgis, sorry. Baylark and Tatum. Sha'carri looked good in the first round. Jenna, not so much. But we'll see. Jenna is really decent in 200, but I don't know if her time has come. And let's see what we get from TT Terry here. And then second semifinal will feature Effie Young, Mackenzie Long, who has to really come back after a disappointment in the 100 meters battle as well. Brittany Brown, Tamari Davis. Really good, interesting semifinal there. And then the third final would have Tamara Clark, have a lot of time for her. Jameson, Gabby Thomas, Abby Steiner. Irby Jackson's also in that semifinal. So the US team will be difficult to make as well. Will be difficult to make. Usual top 2 get through 3 fastest times. Let me get back to any comments here if I'm missing out some. Uh, if you want to watch the U.S. National Championships, you got to watch it on Peacock or USA. If you want to watch the Jamaican National Trials, you have to subscribe to One Spot Media for their 720 or lower coverage. But we do the best we can. They do, I guess. You can use one of the 400 hurdlers for a leg. Interesting. Oh yeah, let's put Russia on. You could put Russia and Clark on it tomorrow. That's a good point there, Otis. Thanks for making that. So if you do Clark tomorrow with Watkin, Bailey, and Powell, you anticipate they should be able to run better than 2:59.11. Assuming that they feel fresh, because these guys run their guts out tonight. But if they can feel fresh and come back, you hope they can make that, because the only chance they're gonna come anywhere close to vying for a medal will be in the relay. It won't happen, but that's the only chance. And let's see where we're going now. Thank you so much. I still love your live stream, even though I can't see the live. I appreciate it. I wish I could show it, but you know it goes copyright. I can't do it. It's not my intellectual property. What are your thoughts on Sydney losing 2 toenails? It happens. Marathon athletes, distance athletes also lose toenails from time to time. It's also it's just like I don't know how she lost them. I didn't read the details. They mention how she lost them, but usually what usually happens is just the blood builds up under the body of the nail because of all of the pounding, and they'll come back. But I unless she just ripped them by another way, but if she lost them because of running, I think that's usually how it happens. Stephen, thank you, brother, for taking interest in our trial. Yeah, it's great. I mean, fantastic stuff. I'm glad for you to be on in the channel, and we got a lot of different videos. I cover a lot of stuff. I do explainers, so engage with the channel afterwards for sure, guys, and subscribe, hit the notification bell, that way you know when we go live. And on these live streams, I like to hear from you. Yeah, Sha'carri Richardson here on the chat, just being introduced here. So I'm going to turn over to U.S. National Championships here just to see what's going on. She looks focused. Should qualify comfortably. She looked really good in the first round. Yeah. And I think she wants to be on both teams. Jenna Prandini here, 2-time U.S. National Champion, 2015, 2018. Obviously, she went to Oregon, and this is a familiar place for her. Let's see. They're about to get in the blocks right now. Alison Felix in the stand with our family. The great Alison Felix, one of the all-time greats, one of the nicest human beings you'll ever come in contact with. Let's see. So you have to win. Top 2 qualifies automatically, and then the fastest, the 3 fastest get in. Oh. So they're in a set position right now. And they're out. Sha'carri kind of got it popped up really quickly, but the angle wasn't great for sure. She's going to come off the bend ahead, maybe slightly ahead of Prandini, or Prandini ahead of her. No, she comes off the bend ahead of Prandini, and she's running comfortably. Pure form right now. Kind of shaky a little bit, but she's comfortable, and she shuts it down just at the end. 21:92 official time into 1.8 meters per second wind. Prandini second, 22:26. Those are your 2 automatic qualifiers. Sha'carri Richardson, really comfortable there. Worked hard, obviously, to come. She ran a really good first 100. A little bit ahead of Prandini on the straight, but with a lot more form, a lot more speed, a lot more strength than Prandini. and she qualifies easily into the final. Let's see where we are here. All in the game is saying an almost 32-year-old Rasheen McDonald has only run one outdoor 400 this year on the 47s with 45.60. When will it be time for him to say it's time? Only him. He has to answer that. To be honest with you, I don't know. I mean, he certainly didn't live up to his potential. That 47, that 43, that sub 44 national championship. I still today I was like, was that really real? But then he ran really fast. When was it? Last year or the year before? But apparently he doesn't. He gets ill. I saw the interview with Steve Francis. He says I guess he's never always in the right shape to train hard. But I mean, at 32 to be running 400 meters, it's a tough business. I mean, I'm surprised. We get Karan is still doing it, but it's tough. How can the U.S. official find sports more interesting for the benefit of the athletes and yet still not showing it to get? Well, I mean, they wanted to watch it on theirs, They wanted to watch it on theirs, That's the thing. Prandini rounding into form at the right time. That's a good point. She looked comfortable. I like how she came off the bend, and I think she has to think about not exerting herself. So you didn't really have to go with Richardson, and she didn't. And so hopefully she can try to see what she can do in the final. She got to rest up for that. Truth, could I get the placing of the semis? Yeah, let's get that up on the screen. The US Championship placing there. But just to read that out, that's Richardson 21.92, Prandini 22.26, Mays 23.33, TT Terry 22.62, Cooper 22.71. Those are your top five. Top two automatically advances to the final, and the three fastest times. So let's see here. It looks a little bit steep for, I would say, for TT Terry at the moment. 22.62, not very fast. We'll have to wait and see what we get. Semifinal number 2. Mackenzie Long battled Brittany Brown Davis, Effion. It could be interesting there. And then semifinal number 3 got Clark, Hill, Gabby Thomas, Abby Steiner. Yeah, you have to run your guts out here. Yeah. Thanks everyone for joining. Yeah, really appreciate, Oh, what is he at? The 200 the men's semifinal is next after this, and it will be, you have 3 semifinals, and you have Carnes, you have Lang, you have Callis, Dunlap, Kalon, King, Knighton, Hicklin, and then you got Kung Fu Kenny in 2 with Lindsay. Those are my, I think, favorites there for me. And in 3, obviously, there's Josephus Lyles. That's going to run with his brother, but it's going to be Noah Lyles there. Miller in the mix too, but I don't think he's good enough. Gregory. Yeah, we'll see what we see here. Yeah. Let me get back to some of these comments. All in the game is saying Mackenzie versus Brittany Brown will be good. I agree with you there. That will be really good. Yeah. We'll Yeah, so we're getting semifinal number 2 rather, on the track. Let me just turn my attention to that. We've seen Mackenzie Long had a splendid collegiate season. I mean, we all know the story of Mackenzie lost her mom, heartbreaking kind of story, and she was very disappointed at her performance in the 100 meters. So I'm suspecting she will try to do to do better here. Brittany Brown have a lot of time for her as well. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So they're in the blocks right now. I'm not quite sure what they're showing in the Jamaica stuff. That looks like decathlon stuff there, but yeah, yeah. Let's see what we get here. So in set position, automatic two goes through. And Mackenzie Long is off. She's gonna come off the top of the bend. It looks like, or is it Brittany Brown gonna be in front of her? And Tamara Davis too. But Mackenzie Long didn't run as good a curve as I thought, but she's now getting into her running and she's gonna win this. Brittany Brown is basically fighting her teeth and just to stay in there, head no running form. Mackenzie Long in the end wins this comfortably, 22-01. Brittany ahead of Brown, 22-08, and Davis in third, 22-10, ahead of Battle, 22-41. So we are in a situation where, let's see, right now we are looking at, if we go, I have to check it again. I would say it's over for Mays. Probably no, not Mays is still on the bubble, but I'm thinking it's definitely going to be over for TT Terry right now at 22-62 right now. Yeah, it's over for her already because there's 22-10, 22-41, and 22-33. So TT Terry won't make it to the final for sure at this stage, and yeah, so she's gone. Battle might have might have trouble as well, and so too Mays could end up in trouble too, depending on what we get in the final, semifinal. 22-10 from Davis should be good enough, unless you get a few women running sub 22s, but I don't know if we'll get that. Final, semifinal coming up in a second. Let's see what's going on here. Is Jamaica 100 meters finals done? No, that's coming up at 10:45, I believe. Yeah, 10:45, and yeah, not sure what's happening with my camera here. I think it probably lost focus. Sorry about that, guys. Uh, yeah, and I'll work on that in a second. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me just check something on my camera real quickly, guys. All right, yeah, I think I'm having an interesting thing in my camera. I'm on the road, so I'm not in my studio camera, but I'll try to do something real quickly here. Yeah. About that. Yeah, so just to finish up some of these comments, I had some issues. As I say, I'm on the road, so my I don't have all my usual equipment. So yeah, the Jamaica women 100-meter finals is coming up at the top of the hour. We can put the times. I think it's 10:45. Thanks, yeah. My we just put that in the chat. Just see all in the game is saying Josephus needs to take himself back to the 400 like bowling did. So much untapped potential as a quarter miler. All in the game. That's really a good point. And but people don't like to run the 400 meters. Athletes often don't do the things that's right for them. Because you look at his build too, I think he's made for that. But we'll get to that in a second. Yeah, big PB by Tamari. 20, what's that? 22:10. That should be good. Where are we? Ford was a DNS. Those 400 rounds took its toll. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah. Interesting there. So we have one semifinal to go for the women, and let me just check what's up next after that. So what going on in Jamaica? For those of you who want to know what's going on in Jamaica right now, it's the boys decathlon 1500 meters going on at the moment. After that, there will be a 35 plus masters 100 meters. And then there will be the under 20 girls 100-meter finals, then the under 20 boys 100-meter finals, then the women, the senior women 100 meters, featuring Shelly and Fraser Price, Sharika Jackson, Tia Clayton, Brianna Williams, Forbes, Morrison, Alana Reed, Kemba Nelson, and then the 100 meters. So we're 1, 2, 3. After this is over and the Masters 100 meters is over, we have all finals for 100 meters. So the Jamaica stuff is gonna end as a cracker. Right now, I'm going to turn my attention really quickly again to the US 200-meter semifinals. We are working with the final 200-meter semifinal. I just saw a picture of Gabby Thomas rather. Abby Steiner is on my screen at the moment. Not having a fantastic year, clearly coming back from the surgery. Super talented, but also an athlete that's plagued by injury from her days at Kentucky. Used to be a two-sport athlete, and lots of injuries there. I don't know what we'll get from her tonight, but you have Tamara Clark, you have Candice Hill too. Who knows what she'll pull off? But let's see what we'll get here. Top 2 automatic, 3 fastest qualifier. But I suspect this might be a super fast race. I think Gabby Thomas wants to show that she's in tip-top shape. And I think she is. Skip the 400 meters as well. All right, and it's gone. Gabby Thomas is already smoking. She's already up on Abby Steiner. Coming off the turn. She's going to come off the turn ahead of everybody. And she's moving. I think that's Tamara Clark as well. Moving. Abby Steiner is flying as well. But Gabby Thomas is running a superb leg right here. And she's going to comfortably win this. 21.78 for Thomas. That's a world lead. That's the fastest time in the world this year. A fantastic run from Gabby Thomas there. Abby Steiner, 22.03. Really good run from her. And Tamara Clark qualifies as well with 22.12. And so I think both Clark and Davis make it. And so your finalists for the United States 200-meter. Let me just look at this race again before I give you that. Yeah, immediately, because I think Steiner is running a really good leg. So is Clark there, running a really good turn. But Gabby Thomas comes off brilliantly. Good form running also by Abby Steiner. And I would say Gabby shut it down maybe at 180, 195 rather, 190, 195, I'm sorry. Comfortable for her there. And so she looks to be in great form. So your finalists are Gabby Thomas, Sha'carri Richardson, Mackenzie Long, Abby Steiner, Brittany Brown, Tamara Davis, Tamara Clark, Jenna Prandini, and Jaden Mays. Those are your 9 finalists. As you know, all 9 lanes are used. In the future, all major events have 9 lanes. And if you're going to, you have to World Athletics will demand that you improve your tracks to 9 lanes. I suspect in future games to come, you'll start to see 10-lane tracks too, just for opportunities to put extra people in if there's like issues with disqualification and re-entry of athletes. But anyway, that's for another story. Let me get back to some of these comments here. I'm missing. Thanks everybody. Past 200 people on the live. If you haven't subscribed, you should do so. I really appreciate you. Yeah, 10:45 Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, Gabby's next, looking really good. Gabby and Abby, really good running there from them. 21:78, world lead for sure. I'm seeing a shot of Noah Lyles there, warming up with his shirt off. Uh, for those interested. Yeah, wow, yeah, that's a really good run there from Gabby Thomas. Fantastic. She's in splendid shape. Decided not to run the 400 meters. I think Gabby is one of those athletes like Rashidat Adalike that can really do super running all the way from 100 meters upwards. Uh, Kimon, what are you doing? World lead today. Just wait until Sunday evening. Yeah, we'll wait on Sunday evening, and I suspect Sharika might have something to say. I also think it's important not to chase the world lead either. You know, you just want to win the national championships, and you get, you run those times in Paris. But we'll see. Time was 21:78. Gabby Thomas will win on Sunday. No, I think so too. I think Gabby should win the national championships there at the United States. Any link to follow? I'm outside the United States. I don't know. Maybe so. I don't even know anybody in the chat knows that. Unfortunately, I don't have any links. All in the game. Gabby coming away from Paris with medals in the 200, 4x1, and 4x4. Yeah, I can see that. I don't disagree with that. Definitely don't disagree with that for sure. Yeah, yeah. So that's the end of the 200 meters for women at the U.S. National Championships. We will move into the semifinals for the men. That's coming up next on the track there. After that, there'll be the 110-meter hurdles finals at the U.S. National Championships. But at the same time, we are now gonna get a 100-meter run at the Jamaica National Championships for 35 and older. So it's a masters event. After that, straight finals, under 20 girls, under 20 boys, women, and men. So I'll try to jostlate between two. I'll try to juggle between two, but it's definitely going to be on these 100 meters here. The semifinals might be difficult to cover once they get out here. But we are getting to that moment, ladies and gentlemen, where it's time for you to put in your predictions. Yeah, time for you to put your predictions in. Let me know. First, I want to know your predictions for the men's 110-meter hurdles. Uh, will Grant Holloway win? Probably. How fast will he run? Will he try to go for the world record? Will Freddie Crittenden make it on the team? Or will it be Daniel Roberts and Cordell Tinch? Or will Trey Cunningham have something to say about this? I need your answers for that. And then after that, I definitely want your answers for your top three for the Jamaica women and your top three for the Jamaica men. That's how I want it. Put that in the comments and let we all see. I'm expecting too much. 9.75 for either Civil or Kishane. I know you're expecting a lot here. I'll take both of them on the team healthy. That's what I'll say. All in the game brought up something earlier. For Kishane, he's never run this amount of rounds before. Oh, I just saw a shot there from Chase Jackson, 1966. Shot put going on. And so for him, this is an interesting experience. Yeah, I'm looking at Aaron Knighton right now out there in lane 8. Let me get back to some more comments. All in the game, Roberts and Trey had me a little worried in the semi. Yeah, I was saying the same thing about Trey for sure. Going for Grant, Crittenden, and Roberts. So you leave. Okay, interesting. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting race for sure. Blackwood, Kimon is saying woman, Tia, Shelley, and Jackson. In that order? Is that your order, or those are just the ones who you expect to go through? Yeah, yeah. And then men, Civil, Kishane, and Blake. All right, yeah. Get your predictions in, guys. So that's the only way we know if you're right. You have to put your prediction in. Yeah, we get it up on the screen. All right, there's a Masters race about to be run here. I don't know how fast these guys are gonna run. It depends on how old they are. I suspect they might run this 100 meters in 12 seconds. Who knows? Unless these guys are super fast and I don't know about it. All right, so 200 meters. Aaron Knighton in the blocks right now. Yeah. So you have Kyrie King, Brandon Hicklin, Knighton. I'm expecting Aaron to win this. And maybe King will get in the mix. I want to see what Brandon Hicklin runs. I don't know how good, what kind of shape he's in. All right, and they're off, and Aaron is already up on the guy in lane 8. He's gonna come off the curve. Is that Kyrie King as well? Yeah, yeah. So Knighton is running, and he's running comfortable. Just a easy turnover by Aaron, and he's shutting it down. 19.93 for Aaron Knighton. Really easy running there for him. Didn't even break a sweat. Ahead of Kyrie King 2025. Ooh, some Johan Gilby ran 10.93 in the Masters. He probably won that by about 20 meters. But yeah, back to the real stuff here. Area 1993 automatic qualification, as well as Kyrie King rather, 2025. I mean, he ran a decent turn. I'm looking at it as well. Once he got into the straight, he wasn't even moving. I think Aaron, based on this run, looks like he's in maybe 19.5 shape for sure. 19.6 shape. He looks really composed. He's really easy here. Really easy running here from Aaron. Let's see where we are right now. Ben is saying 19.9. Yeah, that's what he ran. Look, I mean, it's tough for her. It's her first year, mate, really, and I thought she would have made it to the final if I'm being honest with you. But it didn't happen. She's young, and she'll have there'll be opportunities next year in Japan. But it's tough that I was hoping that she would at least make it into the final, potentially make an Olympic pool, a relay pool. But it happens. Sometimes you have to learn to lose before you get to that kind of stage. Let's see where we are right now. We're doing a check on our poll. Who will win? We have a poll running. Who will win the 100-meter final? Currently, 48% say Sharika Jackson, 41% for Shelly and Fraser Price, Tia Clayton, 10%, and 1% of you are saying that Kemba Nelson will win. This 282 votes. So thank you guys for participating in the poll. Yeah. Yeah. So that's first semifinal there for the men. We're looking at the second semifinal coming up. Will feature Kung Fu Kenny, who's having a splendid year. There's also Courtney Lindsay in the mix. Mars. Yeah. Right now, the 100-meter final for under 20 girls in Jamaica is on the track, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to try to do the business by looking over to my right and see what's going on there. Yeah, I think Moo should be in the relay pool. I think they usually put her in the relay pool, so I think she will. The poll will also remain open until we start. So yeah. So we're looking at the 100-meter final here now for the under 20 girls. I want to see what Tiana Terrelong does. There's going to be obviously Dockery as well, Douglas, Campbell, Forbes, Hope, Aliyah Baker. This might be a really fast time. Yeah, Noah has to run. I mean, I'm gonna I'm gonna cover that too for sure. I'm watching both of them. Don't worry about it. Hmm. All right. I think Mark is that Mark. Marco's saying he's expecting 11-1 here. All right, let's see. Mark has been up on his predictions here. All right, so they're introducing the athletes right now, and forgive me while I take a bite of this protein bar. These lives. All in the game is same. Give me a second. Let me look at Raven Saunders here. The shot needs to go a little bit higher. She kind of has it more flattish. That was 1954. I don't know how much that is on the second attempt there. Yeah, they should have her in both. I agree with that. How did Abby Steiner do today? She ran really well. I thought she looked decent. She held her form, didn't fight it, looked really good. Yeah. Hi from Hong Kong. Hey, Colin. Hey, I love Hong Kong. Wan Chai, and I like Hong Kong is one of my favorite cities. I didn't spend enough time there, but really great food in Hong Kong. Went to see the Big Buddha, all of that stuff. Really great restaurant scene in Hong Kong. True, the meat has Nighton on fire. You're trying to get us in trouble here, True. All right, the final of the 100 meters of Tiala Terralan is way out there. She's gonna win this. She's gonna win this by a country mile. 11.08 is the flash time. 11:13 official, I think. 1.2 meters per second ahead of Shania Douglas and Doherty rather. 11:29. 11:13 is no joke. That's really good running there by Tiana Lee Terrelong. I'll get back to that in a second. We will take a look at this men's 200-meter semifinal that's on the track here at the U.S. National Championships. Morrow Smith, Kung Fu Kenny, Lindsay, Rutledge, Stubbs. As usual, top two go through, and the three fastest time advance to the final. I mean, Terry Long really came out of the blocks really good, comfortable there. Still has a lot of work to do, but she's a really super talented athlete. Yeah. All right. They're in the set position now. And they're off. Lindsay looks good. But Kung Fu Kenny is going to come off the... Oh, what a lovely curve there by Kenny Bednarik. Really smooth running there by Kung Fu Kenny. Courtney Lindsay is trying to stay with him, but Kung Fu Kenny is running within himself. Comfortable there. 1996 for the man who's already made a 100-meter team. Courtney Lindsay picking up the automatic spot as well, 20.05. Curry finishes in third. He has to wait to see if time will get him through. I doubt it. But Kung Fu Kenny is really having a great season. Look at that. Immediately up on Lindsay. Immediately, and he's not running like an efficient turn. The arms aren't moving too much. He's just running with himself right there, conserving energy. Yeah, it's pretty good running there. Let me get back to some of this. If there's comments, the American bloggers show the race side, but Jamaican don't show the race. Instead, show themselves. Well, there's a thing called copyright, so I don't know what to tell you. How long is it? How much longer? You mean the men's the boys under 20s on the track right now. Then it's going to women, then the men. We're looking at just wrapping up by 11 o'clock. All in the game is saying Kenny has a beautiful running form. No, for sure. He is. I mean, conserve energy. It's lovely. Lovely to see. Lovely to see. Lovely to see. So we're looking at the 100 meters for under 20 boys. Smythe, Richards, Daly, Witter, Card, Wade, Benjamin, and Hines. The running I'm expecting to come from DeAndre Daly and Gary Card. We might see something special. Can we get a sub 10 tonight? Let's see. Let's see what we get there. Mark is saying for boys possibly 998. It could happen or 10. I mean, the way Gary Carr looked in that semifinal and also DeAndre Daly, I wouldn't put it past them. But let them run. We'll see. Mark is saying Daly for my money. Is that Omar Davis in the stands? Lyles may go 19-7. He could, but I don't think it's necessary to run 19-7 tonight. I don't think it's necessary to run hard. Just get the top 2 spot and you'll find your way into the final, and then you have to duke it out because you don't want to struggle. I mean, I don't think Noah will struggle anyway, but 200 is his baby. He takes it seriously, but it's not easy. Mark is saying Lyle's about to do 19.8 there. Yeah, he just needs to run within himself. So there's going to be Colbert, Phillips, Yancey, Lyle, Josephus Lyles, Thomas, Coleman, Noah Lyles, Gregory, and Cameron Miller from Purdue, someone who I know. But anyway, it's a different story. So yeah, the lane assignment is 1 for Colbert. Phillips is in 2, Yancey 3, Lyles, Josephus 4, Max Thomas 5, Christian Coleman 6, Lyles 7, Gregory 8, and Miller 9. How fast can Christian Coleman go tonight? I don't think he came to this championships thinking that he would need to run anything in 200 meters. But now he's finding himself trying to run an individual event at the Olympics, which I think he will come up short. All right, so the boys of the Jamaica boys are going to go in the blocks right now. Hopefully this can get off and go quickly before the Noah Lyles race start. So the Jamaica under 20 boys are in the track at the moment. It's for my money, it's going to be between Gary Card and DeAndre Daly. The way Card looked in the first round in the semifinal, I think he has the edge over DeAndre Daly. Maybe Daly with more talent. We'll see. And they're out there. And Carr went out like a bullet. So has DeAndre Daly. And Gary Carr is going to overtake DeAndre Daly, and he's going to cross the line in 10.07. 10.07 for Gary Card ahead of DeAndre Daly, 10.16. A 0 win reading there. Nyron Wade from Kingston College, 10.36. What a fantastic run there by Gary Card. 10.07. That kid is in real form. All right, I'm gonna go over here, guys. Uh, I'm gonna go over here right now to the second, to the third and final semifinal. How can Noah Lyles' mom watch this race, or she has both sons in the race. All right, they're in the blocks here for the American 200 meters. All right. Kristen Coleman is running a beautiful curve, but Noah Lyles is coming off the curve really easily, and he's motoring down the track, and he's gonna win this really, really comfortably. Kristen Coleman is running. Gregory's coming in. 1959 comes across, but officially 1960. So Noah Lyles wins 1960. Comfortably winning there ahead of Kristen Coleman 1989 and Robert Gregory 1998. Those are the three qualifiers from that. Josephus Lyles finishing in 4:20:37 will not advance to the final. So your finalists, let me just look at Noah Lyles again. A little bit rough coming out, but still within himself. Not the best of turns you'd expect from him. Coleman ran really well, but once he transitioned into the straight, he was comfortably takes a check to his left, and nobody's there, and he's easily through 1960. He's doing something you don't really want an athlete to do. I'm seeing Shelly and Fraser Price here. I'm going to get to her in a second. So your finalists are Lyles, Coleman, Knighton, Bednarak, Gregory, Lindsay, Kyrie King. Those guys will fight for the three spots for the American to go to the American Championships. Yes, Coleman seems determined. Noah Chill, Lyles 1957. Jackson, Shelley, can't decide. All right. We are going to go to the 100 meters for women. And they're taking off their stuff. They're just replaying the semifinals here. And good run there from Shelley and Fraser Price again. Yeah, I'm just looking at Sherika Jackson again. Even though Tia Clayton wins this season, Jackson really looks good. Yeah, so we're looking for some good stuff. 7 of the 9 men should be able to run 20s in the final. Yeah, sub 20s in the final. I agree. All right, guys, we're getting up for this big event right here. And then I'm going to just switch out something here. All right, so the women are on the track. Grant Holloway is also on the track there. So we're looking at 110-meter hurdles in the U.S. National Championships. And right now in Jamaica, they're doing a little stride out. There seemed to be some technical difficulty there in Jamaica. I'm just guessing because the race should have been started, but they asked them to do a little jog out. So I mean, now is not the time to have issues. All right. So up next is the 110-meter hurdles, but obviously all eyes are on this. Oh, there's a medical team out there with a first aid kit. Something seems to be wrong with Natasha Morrison. Not quite sure what they're doing. Maybe she's getting a band-aid. Maybe she has a... Yeah, it looks like they're giving her a band-aid. I know she's good now. So she gets a band-aid and she's returning to the track. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like a minor cut, right? Yeah. Yeah, Noah ran just now. We can put up that results real quick if you want, but we are anticipating the 100-meter final here. Brianna Williams in 1, Sasha Lee Forbes 2, Tia Clayton, who just ran that big PB 3, Sharika Jackson 4, Kemba Nelson 5, Shelly Fraser Price 6, Natasha Morrison 7, and Alana Reed in 8. Only 3 spots available to go to this Olympic Games. I'm nervous, guys. I'm very nervous here because I just don't know what we'll expect. Well, I don't know what we'll see. But Tia Clayton has just arrived tonight. Let's see if that means she'll be en route to Paris in the Stade de France, which has been fabulously transformed into the Olympic Stadium, the cathedral that held the 1998 World Cup last year, Rugby World Cup. Shelly for the win, Sharika second, and whoever comes third. That's your bet there. All right, we'll see. I just see Trey Cunningham coming in as well over there. Kemba Nelson. Kemba Nelson was at the last Olympics, obviously. And Shelly Fraser Price. Been there, done that. This is a 37-year-old woman about to turn 38 this year. Looks like the 100-meter, 110-meter hurdles might go off first. I don't know. No, actually, no. They're just walking out. Looks like, yeah. So tense moments there in Eugene and tense moment in Jamaica. And they're in the blocks. Final 100-meter women Jamaica National Championships. And they're in the blocks. Set position. And they're out. And Kemba Nelson almost fell. And Fraser Price got a good start. Tia Clayton. And look at Sharika Jackson eating down the track right now. And she's going to take it. Sharika Jackson ahead of Tia Clayton. Shelly and Fraser Price third. 10.84 into a minus 0.3 win. Tia Clayton 10.9. Shelly and Fraser Price 10.94. Those are your three women that will represent Jamaica at the Olympic final, at the Olympic Games in Paris. Shelly and Fraser Price makes another Olympic team. This time she finishes in third, 10.94. Clearly there's some more work to be done there. Tia Clayton, big run. Run 986 in the semi, come back and run 990. And Sharika Jackson, 10.84. Finds a way. Whew. Big running. Big running. I'm telling you, why these people keep allowing the great Shelly and Fraser Price. Right now, I'm going to turn quickly over here. 110-meter hurdle final. They're in set position. And they're out cleanly. And Grant Holloway straight ahead there. Clears the first hurdle. Cordell Tinch is in the mix as well. No, Daniel Roberts rather. That's Grant Holloway. Freddie Crittenden is coming. And Crittenden is coming. And Grant Holloway wins this. 12.88. 12.88. But a positive 2 win, just the legal win. 12.86. 12.86 for Grant Holloway. Freddie Crittenden, 12.93. Daniel Roberts, 12.96. Those are the three guys representing the United States. Tinch, 13.03. Scott, 13.08. 12.86. World lead. Allowable limit. Ridiculous, guys. All in the game you did call the right order. Look at, I'm just looking at Sharika Jackson there. Finds a way. Sharika Jackson, after not looking all our best early this season, finds a way. Finds a way. Bella, yes, 3 sub-13s. Wow, that's some fantastic running there. Right on top of the allowable limit there. Is it? Yeah, 2 meters per second. Anything faster and it would have been, not, it wouldn't count. 1286, 1293, 1296. These three guys are in great shape. Grant Holloway, as usual, top class. Let's get back to the Jamaica National Championships. Sharika Jackson into a minus 0.3 win, 10.84. Tia Clayton, 10.90. Shelly and Fraser Price, 10.94. Sasha Lee Forbes, 10.04. Alada Reed, 11.14. Kemba Nelson, also 11.14. I need a breakdown. And Brianna Williams, 11.15. And Natasha Morrison, 11.21. You anticipate Jackson all the way, possibly even Kemba Nelson, but definitely Alana Reed should form the relay pool or part of the relay pool, depending on what they do. Who you think will win the women's 400 hurdles at the Olympics or in the U.S. National Championship? Sydney for sure. At the Olympics, probably still Sydney, but I want to see what Femke might do. Really interesting. Truth. Shelly third, Jackson first, and Tia second. You have Nelson, but it's Tia. Tia Clayton. All right, I'm done with the U.S. Championships right now. I'm going to focus on the Jamaica Championships. We can get back to that in a second. Because the guys are going to do. Yeah, Bella, Shelly did it again. Never count out a legend. I'm telling you, like, to have Shelly and Fraser Price going to another Olympics, 2008 in Beijing, London, Rio, Tokyo, back again in Paris. I best believe she's going to find form by then. You know? Yeah. Femke's next race is a flat 400. I want to see this. I want to see this. That was Shakar who won. Maybe you're talking to somebody else. Oh, what was the time for the American women? Oh, that's what. Okay. That was on, when was that? Sunday. We can put that up again if you want. Uh, no, no, that was on Saturday, right? It was 1071 from Shakari, obviously. Uh, and Melissa Jefferson 1080 and TT Terry 1089. I think they're interviewing Shelly. Let me hear what she has to say. Shelly talking about all the stuff that she has to overcome. And she's like, it's never easy for a national championship, just to paraphrase. I'm looking at the subtitles here. Uh, even though there really isn't any. Uh, yeah, Nelson had an issue coming out of the blocks for sure, but you know. Yeah, it's great to see the great Shelley and Fraser Price. As I've always said, it's the greatest 100-meter athlete we've ever seen, career wise. We have one more race tonight. Fraser Price is just special. I always say, when was it? 2 years ago we did a video, or so, I can't remember. The question is, can you beat her? Yeah, everybody can be beat. Can you take off a podium? That's yet to be seen. This might be our greatest challenge yet. But she's a fighter and always finds a way. All right. We are here for the men's 100-meter final. Who would have thought that the Jamaicans would have found their way to be back? We have guys who you think can run sub 9.8. Don't know if you'll get it because you have to, it's the kind of shape you have to go back to back, you know. But really good set of gentlemen here. Jelani Walker, Cajun Golson. I have a lot of time for him. I think he could go far. Akeem Blake, obviously talented as well. Brian Level. He is just ran sub 10. Kid has talent too. Oblique Civil, loads of it, and great form. Kishane Thompson. Oh my God, what can we say there either? Jelarney Gordon and Davidson. What this shows, obviously, is that if these guys remain healthy, the Jamaican national team should have quality people to compete for medals in the 4x1 as well. And with good baton exchanges, you never know what can happen. This is going to be Bella is saying, calling 9.78 in the final. She's calling it, guys. She's calling it. We are about to witness something special here. I just hope everybody stays fit and healthy. Let's see what we get. They're gonna get them in the block soon. They're introducing the athletes. They just introduced Oblique Seville. Next to him is Kishane Thompson. Massive lad. Really powerful running. Kind of looks similar to Asafa Powell in some ways. Hmm. right. What we will get tonight, guys? What will we get tonight? Let me check the comments for the last thing. I hope there's a positive tailwind to help with the fatigue to see some fast times. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if the wind is blowing there in Jamaica and Thompson's going to win. All right, that's the last thing now. Let's focus on this race. Don't forget to subscribe. We will see some things. Can we get a sub 9.8 tonight? Can we get something? Kishane has run 9.898. I think it's going to be Kishane or Oblique, Akeem Blake. That's my call for the team tonight because I think those are the guys who set apart from the rest. The way Kishane Thompson's been running, I don't know if Oblique will beat him tonight. I don't know what shape Oblique is in. Oblique was in some good 9.8s, obviously. They're in a set position. And they're off. What a lovely start by Oblique Seville. Kishane Thompson's up on him. Akeem Blake as well. Kishane Thompson's flying past Oblique Seville. And he looks at him. He's shutting up. 9.73. Officially 9.77. 9.82 for Oblique Seville. 9.92 for Akeem Blake. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the favorite for the Olympic title right there. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the favorite. He looks across the Oblique Seville like, say, kid, I got more too. He's just run straight out of the 9.77 official positive 0.9 win. Oblique Seville 982 and 992. There's some big man running there. Woo. Man, guys, this is some fantastic running there. Look at it. I'm looking at this again. Coming out. I don't like this angle. Seville got a good size. So did Akeem Blake, it seems like. And then Kishane Thompson just got up into his and just flew past him and looked to his left really early. He looked as soon as he passed Oblique Seville. He took a look to his left and said, "Dude, you're not good enough." He looked to the guy and he shut that down and ran at 9.77. This is some spectacular stuff here. We better hope so. All in the game. Kevin, Jamaica better get that relay goal. That might be harder than it looks, but they definitely have the they have the fireworks. Kishenko, he went straight out of the stadium and went straight to the warm-up track, and the camera is following him. Man, that was something tonight. That was something tonight. 977, 982, and 992. These are some guys that can really acquit themselves really well at the Olympic Games. Looks like he can run 967. I don't know if he can run 967. I think he can definitely run 975, 970 for sure. You could be right. But that is something special there. I think they're interviewing Sherika Jackson right now. She's looking good, obviously much leaner than she was a couple weeks ago. Sherika Jackson, man, finds a way. I definitely think Jackson will be in proper shape come Olympics, obviously. Get to see what she'll do over 200 meters. Huh. Man, That 100-meter, guys, super special. Super special. Let's look at that again. Kishane Thompson, 977, looking to his left. 22 years of age. Oblique Seville, 982, 23 years of age. Akeem Blake, 992, 22. The future is really bright. Brian Level, 1004, 21. Jelani Walker, 1004 as well. We're looking at the relay pool right here. This is quite good, guys. Let's hope that when we get to this Olympics and it's a nice warm night on the purple track in Paris, that we'll see something special. Look at that, 977. I don't know what to say. This has been a great live tonight, guys. We've been on here from before 8 o'clock or so. We were running 3 hours and 5 minutes. Many of you have been sticking around for a long. It's 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I mean, tomorrow will be even more spectacular. Well, maybe not as spectacular as this, but day 3 tomorrow as well as the Jamaica National Championships. The night will end with prelims in 400 meters for women, I think. There'll be 110-meter hurdles, different stuff happening tomorrow as well. Great stuff at the US National Championships. We're looking forward to that as well. Tomorrow's Saturday. We'll get the men's finals of the 200 tomorrow, women's finals, 400-meter hurdle semifinals. You get women's shot put, semifinals of the 100-meter hurdles. So it should be really good tomorrow as well. I'll be there for it. All in the game is saying if Andrew Hudson rediscovers his 19.8 shape, he should be in the relay pool for sure. Yeah, let's see what we get from the 200 too. But assuming these guys stay healthy, I'm telling you, yeah. We could be in the mix. Stephen, hey, how are you doing? One thing with relay, you can have the best team and don't make, but I'm hopeful as a Jamaican, 100%. Clearly, it comes down to a number of things. You need obviously the people to be fit and healthy. You need the speed merchants, but importantly, it's the baton exchange and those who work it out the best. Oftentimes, you can be successful there. But there's some really good stuff. But we have some high quality running here. They're showing the Stadium East there in Jamaica. Kishane Thompson having a seat. He didn't even do an interview inside the stadium. Run straight to Stephen Francis. It seems like truth that this Thompson guy would be tested day and night. I hope he's prepared for it. Nothing against him, but just how they do things. No, yeah, last night he got everybody getting tested again tonight. They're gonna show up tomorrow morning again. Next week they might be there, but he is really in big time shape. Let's hope he stays in good shape. I really appreciate it. I really hope you enjoy the things on the channel as well. Guys, I want to thank you so much for those of you who've been with me. We're going to call it a night because it's been a long one, but it's been a very good one. We've seen the great Shelly Fraser Price find her way on another Olympic team. We've seen the emergence of a Tia Clayton. And what can we expect? Sharika Jackson, she finds her way and she wins the national title once more, showcasing that she is forever in great shape. The Americans asked questions last week. I think the Jamaicans acquitted themselves very well. A lot of these things we'll know the real answers come Paris. Importantly, I think tonight is a statement for the Jamaican men are back. We have a man dropping a 977 against another man who did a couple weeks ago look across to Noah Lyles. It's a special moment, and I think The world is on notice, and I like where the sport is heading. It's a major Olympic year. You want all these parties to be fit and healthy because sport is the greatest thing when you get everybody assembled and they're in great form. I want to thank you for joining me. Have a great night. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And if you really find value and you think this is a cool place, you can do me another favor. Share this with somebody else. You have a great night, and I'll see you next time. I'll see you tomorrow for sure.